This episode is brought to you in part by Exoterra. If you're as passionate about reptiles and amphibians as I am, you know that quality matters. I use Exoterra products on all my reptile and amphibian enclosures, which is why I'm excited to be partnering with them. From naturalistic decor to innovative lighting and enclosures of all sizes, Exoterra has everything you need for your cold-blooded companions. Exoterra. Make your reptiles feel at home. This episode is brought to you in part by Unlimited Exotic Pets. Every day is Veranda Day for Nick Lillis, and it shows. At Unlimited Exotic Pets, Nick produces high-quality monitor lizards with a deep commitment to ethical care practices and top-tier nutrition. These aren't just pets. They're responsibly bred, ethically raised animals. Whether you're looking for a new companion, starting a breeding project, or anything in between, Nick has you covered. Unlimited Exotic Pets, keeping and breeding quality without limitations. Love reptiles? Don't miss this. If you're passionate about reptiles, amphibians, and everything cold-blooded, Reptiles magazine is a must-have. Each issue is packed with expert care tips, stunning photography, and the latest news in the reptile world. Whether you're a seasoned herpetologist or just starting your reptile journey, this magazine has something for you. Subscribe today and stay informed on the best ways to care for your scaly friends. For only $14.99 a year, you can step outside your algorithm and get exposure to things that you wouldn't normally see or learn about. My family reads Reptiles magazine, and you should too. Visit subscribe.reptilesmagazine.com to get started. This is the Expert and the Idiot podcast. If you like the show and you'd like to support us, there's a link to our Patreon in the description below. Some benefits include getting access to new episodes up to a month in advance. There's also links to USARK and USARK Florida. If you're not already a member, please sign up. Enjoy the show. Got the shirt on, man.
Yeah, she looks clean. Hell yeah, dude. Actually, it goes with your color scheme too. It's perfect.
It does. Yeah. It does. You know, I wore it into a pet shop. It was like a reptile shop. You know.
Yeah.
Like the kind that you want to shower after you go into it, and they didn't recognize. You know, and I'm just like, you know, that's what I would expect. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking around, you see like mouth rot everywhere and
yeah, it sucks, but like pet shop people aren't our people. Like they're not all of them. There are maybe one or two offs where like these people are like, they're all care about their husbandry, but for the most part, it's like, they're just trying to sell. They're trying to make money and they'll cut corners as much as they can. And I get it, but like, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks. It's unfortunate, but you can't tell people how to run their business. Do it, I guess. Do what you want.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that like the pet shops and everything. It's like, you know, I remember I went into one recently because I was kind of excited that it opened up kind of in my area, and I went in and the lady's like sitting there watching like reruns of 2.5 Men, and there's snake shit in every cage, and like the flies are on it, like those little flies, and like you saw maggots and stuff on the glass, like breeding on the snake shit. And I'm like, you're watching TV and there's dirty cages here.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
She probably didn't own the animals. She was probably just an employee and she don't give a fuck.
I think it's her husband
who
owns the shop.
She probably don't care. She don't care. That's the only thing I could sum it up. It's like, they just don't care. They don't obviously, because if you cared, that wouldn't be happening, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, so that we went to Georgia, and like, dude, I took so many welcome to episode 81 of The Expert and the Idiot. I'm joined by MJ once again, the return.
Round two.
And but yeah, we went to Georgia, and dude, I got all new smart plugs because the old ones I had were like janky. They would, if the Wi-Fi went out, they would unpair and I had to repair everything.
Yeah.
So I got all new smart plugs, dude, like 15 smart plugs, got them all named, reset up the timers and everything for all the lights and all that. Got all my cameras all set up. I put my router on a battery backup. I put, I took all these steps to make sure that when I was gone, nothing would go wrong. And then one of our power line got struck by lightning. The lightning went through the coax cable, fried my modem. And apparently our power was out for like 10 hours or something. It went out at like noon and didn't come back until 10 p.m. I didn't even know that. And of course, with everything that just happened with Vin, when I went in to check, because I was getting alarms that I basically ran ambient while I was gone, because you scared me. The last time I was on your show, you scared me with the whole heat lamps and fire thing. And so I turned all my heat lamps off and I'm like, I'm just going to run ambient while I'm gone. Like none of my animals had eaten for like 3 weeks to a month. I'm like, I'm just going to run at like 84 in the house and, and just come back and put everything back on. And so then it was like 12 o'clock on Saturday. We're enjoying vacation. And I go to check my cameras. Everything's out. Couldn't get a response from anything. I couldn't see what temperatures we're at. I couldn't see anything. And so I got some family to go by and they're like, well, your house is here. There's no flames. And I'm like, good enough, and then like all these, like my UV lights were still on and they wouldn't turn off. So everything was just, they were like just getting blazed out by light all night long. And I couldn't leave my animals like that. So we had to leave early and come home.
Dude, yeah, that's why I think Bill Stiegel was the first person to tell me, like when I first went over to his house and I'm just like in just awe, I'm like tripping out over his room. And then I forgot where we were, but he's like, yeah, he's like in about 10 years or less, mind you, this is about 4 or 5 years ago. He told me that he's like, I'll probably retire. He's like, I don't want to do this and not be able to enjoy the rest of my life and go travel. He's like, because anytime I travel, I can't enjoy myself. He goes like a day or two and then it's right back thinking about the room and checking in on things. Mind you, like he's way better now because now he has Alex Warren and he has other help that he's had for years now. And he has it all dialed in where he can enjoy his life more than he did 5 years ago. But still, like, that's what we're in, bro. Like, we can't ever really just shut off things for a week and just go enjoy our lives. Like, that's not going to happen when we keep what we keep. And what's crazy is, like, dude, I'm glad it all worked out, but imagine having a bunch of babies cooking in an incubator, like, and this were to happen. Like, let's say you had Timor fucking clutches and shit. Dude, you're not enjoying nothing, buddy. I'm telling you, it's like the price we pay. But also it's like, I'm not complaining. Like, I know at some points I'll be like Bill, where I just want to enjoy my life. But right now, man, I'm about to hit 40. Like I'm in the fucking midst of everything. Let's do it, But it sucks, dude. Like we can't ever just really turn everything off mentally and just go do something with the family. Because at some point, it's checking the phone or calling someone who's supposed to go look at things, or they call you and say, "Hey, dude, this doesn't look right," and and then now your whole mood's thrown off. Like you said, you're like, dude, there's no way you could have just enjoyed the rest of the vacation knowing that there was lights blaring on your snakes, and like you're just like, dude, I can't. Like, how are you gonna enjoy yourself? It sucks, but it's the price we pay. Like I said,
dude, that lightning strike through 4 of my breakers too, and
crazy, bro.
I know, like, what the fuck are the odds, man? Like, I went out of my way to work so hard to make sure that it was going to be as chill as possible. And I was even telling friends, like, you don't even have to check in. Like there's really no reason. Like, I'm fully automated at this point. I got cameras everywhere. You don't have to worry about anything. And then a lightning strike, dude. What are the odds that the lightning would strike? I haven't seen a breaker trip in my panel in the 5 or 6 years that I've been at this house. And like, what are the odds that would happen while we're 600 miles away?
Yeah, that's why it's like, you just never know, man. It sucks because I even when I first started traveling, I just would always think the worst. Coming home was the worst because you get to your destination, but then you just want to get home after a while, dude. And I'm sure I bet your anxiety was just through the roof as you were getting closer to home because you were just like, I just want to see my shit. I just want to see it, and once you see it, it all goes away. Yep. But yeah, bro, it's like, and then as we add more animals and as we breed, it just gets more thicker and thicker and thicker with the anxiety, bro. It's crazy. But it's, got to pick and choose, man.
Is that why you're not going to Daytona this year?
Yeah, dude, it's a bummer, man. Like, I already knew, like, obviously I think, how long ago did we have our first episode? A couple months ago? 3 months ago?
Yeah, like 5 months ago.
Yeah. So even then is when I kind of was like, damn, like it started sinking in. Like, if all this shit does pop off, then how am I going to leave? Like, that's crazy. And luckily it landed perfect timing where I do have everything out of the egg. Everything has had its first shed. I have like 2 that haven't shed yet, but they're about to shed. So everything's giving me time to where at least I know what's what before I can at least hit bills. Like, I'm happy I can at least make Bill's party in September, because that's something I haven't missed in 3 or 4 years. And so, actually, I started the first one with him. And so, but if I had stuff just coming out then, there's no way I would have been able to leave like Daytona and Bob Vu's show, who's throws a really cool show in Atlanta, Georgia, that's happening right now this weekend. So, but either way, yeah, dude, it's just I got too much to dial in here, and yeah, bro, fucking 67 chondro babies, man. It's no joke.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
You're a victim of your own success.
Yeah, like that's all I'm like, God damn. Like, so I was like, holy shit, it did happen, And now I'm like, well, now it's time to roll the sleeves up, dude, because it's been going really well, but everything has stages. I think we talked about this. Like, you're not really out of any woods. Like, like for instance, I have more than half. Like, dude, I'm like 9 away from everything eating out of the 67. Like,
That's nuts.
Doing really well, but then now it's like, all right, what's gonna prolapse? Like, and knock on wood, I've had multiple shits with everything, but I want to say about meal 5 to meal 15 is the prime, and it sucks because that's still a far gap. Like 5 to 15 meals is that's in between. That right there is where the vulnerability of prolapses happen. And I feel like right when you pass 15, 20, you're and you haven't had any issues and all the shits look great, then I think you could pop the bottle. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, I don't know. I'm just I don't want to miss anything, and again, like even Bill's is going to be a real short trip. I get there. Actually, no, I take that back. It's going to be long. I fly into Ari's, Austin, to go see Reptilandia. I told you about that zoo, right? I told you about that zoo in Texas that you need to go check
out.
out.
Yeah. I've seen pictures. I want to go so bad. That thing, it looks insane.
Yeah. So I fly in there Wednesday that week and then get to Bill's the next day. And then I fly out like first thing Sunday morning. So I'm kind of nervous for it just because everything's been going well. And it's like, of course, I feel like if something is going to happen, it's always when you leave, like you're talking about your situation, But What are you going to do, man? You can't really do much of it. Like, you do your best, but all I know is the way I'm going to leave, like nothing's going to need to be really fucked with. Like the worst case scenario is, yeah, they will need water changes on that 3rd day, but I come home on that 3rd day. So they'll be fine, but you just never know, bro.
And your wife is going to be there?
Yeah. Well, she'll be here. She'll be here to look at it, obviously just checking it, but I'm not going to have her do anything. Like,
but that's huge. Just having somebody to visually be there like constantly is huge.
Yeah. She'll be here holding it down when it comes to just checking in on things. But yeah, so
dude, that video when you were in the hospital was fucking hilarious. When you're sitting there and you're like, if you want a free yellow, hit me up. I
don't even remember saying that, but yeah, I had so many people literally like, can I get one? I'm like, bro, no, like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, like everyone knows I'm a smart ass. Like, I'm a huge smart ass. Like, come on, you catch on to that,
Dude, some of your stories are so funny. Like, you did the one where you're just like, you're like talking about like getting cheap chondros or something, and you start zooming in on your face, and you're like, "Good luck, it's gonna die," and then you're like, "Or maybe it won't. It might not die."
Either or, it might, either it will or it won't. But I was just going off of like, you got people who are doing their research on chondros and like are comparing what I have to like a one on Morph Market that has no really documentations attached to it. It's $600, captive bred BIAC, it's red. And I'm like, dude, that's okay. Then, go for it. Like everything right here has a paper trail from what I breed. And also like, I really stand by like the quality of my BIACs. Like I may call it biased or whatever you want to call it, but I just feel like I have some of the nicest BX in the hobby. Like some of them, not all of them, but I just feel like I feel like I'm up there. So I have no issue like letting people know, like, dude, you get what you pay for. And more likely, if you did buy something, a red neonate at $500-$600, and it's captive born here in the United States, but it has no pictures of the parents, there's no pictures of the clutch, none of that's available, you did not probably get one. Just so you know, like I will bet a lot of money you more likely didn't than it is, and that's fine. But that's just know that, just throw that out there. You know what I mean?
So let me be an idiot here, because I really am, especially with like chondros and everything, dude. I am not in that world, and that is like it seems like it's such a deep rabbit hole that you could go down. But like, so what are you working with? Are you working with like pure BX, and then you have designer stuff as well? And then where do the yellows come in at? Are they coming in with the designer stuff, or is that like, are all BX red? Like,
yeah,
how does all that work?
All right, so I mean, for me, dude, like I said on your, I think pretty sure I said this on the other episode we had. Like, I didn't come in with money. Like, I was in a weird place in my life where I was transitioning and trying not to sell drugs, and so I didn't have money. Like, and I love the chondros. Anytime I looked at something, like, I feel like the first designer I ever looked at was a Bill Stiegel, The Sickness. Have you heard about that snake, The Sickness?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw a picture of The Sickness, and I was like, what? And I just couldn't believe it. And then I found out like what they went for, like 9,000, 10,000 as babies. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like in my head, like that will never happen. Mind you, I never even thought I would ever even see a snake like that in person. This is just all firsthand like impressions on what, like how it's being laid out to me. So I just sought after what I could afford, which was imported locality stuff. So my very first snake I got, Chondro, was a yellow neonate pure Biak that I got on Craigslist that my wife bought for me. And so, yeah, so Neo's okay. So let me answer that question. So,
do you still have that snake?
Yeah, Mimi, she's right here. Yeah, she's giving me 3 clutches.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I'm bringing her. She took this year off because she slugged out the year before, which was during my whole issue with heat. I think I told you how I dialed things down, and she was a part of that. And so I gave her just this year off, but she looks fucking great, man. She's going through some, and this is why I always tell people this, man. Like, there's no color change stoppage with the chondros. Like, they go through weird stages throughout their whole life. And right now, dude, she's turning this mustard, high yellow, like all the greens basically going away on this girl. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, this is nuts. So anyways, I'm excited to pair her up coming up here real soon at the end of the year. But in the wild, Adam, there's yellow neonates and there's red neonates. From what I was told, the yellows came first, like in nature. Like the first thing to ever start were the yellows. And then came the reds from the yellows. And there's yellow BX and there's red BX. So the thing is, historically, with the reds, and maybe because they were the ones that were just sought after in the beginning, but they have been bred back into each other and to other localities for so many years that they've made this designer forming looking snake like the Sickness and like other legendary named snakes that are out there today. Like, insane looking stuff. And mind you, they're all hybrids, and there's a reason why they look so insane. They're not really meant to be together. Like, it's why Ryan Young is the way he is with them. And I get it, especially coming from the side of locality stuff, because I could say my goals are designer all day long, but what I started with was locality stuff because that's all I could afford, and that's all I really knew about. And I was totally okay with it. Like, at that time, and still am even now today. Like, just breeding chondros is fucking cool to me. Like, that's like locality or designer. Like, if we put that shit on the shelf, it's a chondro. It's fucking amazing. And so that's all I really cared about, and that's still all I really care about. But obviously, like, I never thought I would ever have the opportunity I have now to work with shit that I would dream about. I would dream about shit that Bill produces and Socrates produces and John Irby and Marshall Mendez. Like, just, I never thought I would ever even be in the same realm of all these motherfuckers, dude. And I'm not saying I am now, but I have it. I have what it takes now. Like, I have the ingredients, definitely have the holdbacks. I'll tell you that much. And with my foundation, Adam, since I started with locality stuff, all the females that went for me this year were imported BX. All fucking imports that I've had for the last 5 to 6 years, and I just raised them up, and minus maybe a couple of them. I'm sorry, I 2 BX I got about 2-3 years ago, and they were like sub adults, so they were just really nice looking, and I took the gamble because how fucking awesome they looked, and I didn't give a shit. And so those 2 girls also, but they're all imports, dude. That's why I mean, the hobby has come so far where you don't need to go that route. But then again, who am I to say, if you can't afford a fucking United States captive born and bred or a designer and that's your goal, then dude, do what you got to do. But also just know what comes with it. Like, as much as I talk about all the import females I have here, check my freezer out. I dare you. It's not pretty down there at the very bottom, the bottom level, but as long as you know that what comes and, you take your licks. But your goal should be, like, no matter what, when you come in, you should at least graduate away from the imports at some point. Like, because that's the whole goal, I feel like. For me personally, I don't know. Everyone has their own goal, Adam. You know what I mean? So
when you got into chondros, did you said that, like, that, there's like a $10,000 snake that's like untouchable. Have you just put in the work now and made money off of snakes to be able to reinvest it in those super high end animals to be able to get that level of, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but to get an animal with that pedigree into your collection to be able to breed to your animals? And like, how does that work?
Yeah. So the designer, so I had two designer males this year that were able to get the job done and get me clutches that are designer outcross clutches. They're not pure designer clutches. Pure designer is when the male's designer and the female's designer. My clutches were the male was designer and the females were pure locality, F1, imports, right? And so, wait, hold on. What was your question? Yeah. How did I get to the level up? Like, how was I able to level up? Okay, so the male, the 2 males that sired my clutches with this year, dude, one was only 18 months and the other one was just barely 2 years old. As I was coming up into the game, selling ball pythons, the podcasting was doing really well for me. I started, like, hitting up Socrates and, like, buying, like, some fucking crazy shit. And so there were times where I was starting to buy the potent shit, and I didn't really, because I had so much pure locality stuff. I'm like, okay, now I was lucky to be so female heavy. Just only 3 years ago, I found out what my sex ratio was. Definitely was not what I thought it was, and I had so many females, man. I think at that time it was like 17 females and like 6 males or something like that, or 5.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was nuts, and I was like, wow. Well, in a sense, I was like, well, this is great, like, because I was like, this is all I got to do is find the right males now. And so that's exactly what I did. I just kept raising up all my females and adding more, obviously, because I have a lot more than 17 adult females right now. I'll tell you that much. I think I'm at like
how many?
26 right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
26. Oh my God, dude. That's like you could stop podcasting if you wanted to and just like live off a green tree pie.
Dude, you know what's funny you said that? Oh my God. I just had it because, man, mind you, like, what we do, Adam and I, it's work, man. Like, you got to really love this shit to do it, because him and I we're not getting Joe Rogan money. Like, it's just, this is something we like to do because we're putting out good info and it helps us out. But God damn it, man, I don't need the podcasting no more, dude. But I'm like, what a selfish dick move to do that. Because, like, for me to get to the point where I'm at, dude, it was all because these people came on my show and they fucking gave me info that I wanted. And dude, people don't even realize, if I want to be a prick, dude, I could just say, well, Trap Talk is no longer. I got everything I fucking need, and guess what? You're gonna have to come to me anyways, because I got that heat. And I know you want to come to the Chondro game, but mind you, bro, like, what we do is great marketing for ourselves. Like, and so I'm all about getting the new people who are coming in, and I want to make sure those new people are put on game the right way and not by the fucking phonies, bro. The thing about right now in the hobby, Adam, which we talked about, there's so many wannabes giving information out there. That's why there's over 100 reptile podcasts. Some of them have Patreon accounts where they can't give nothing back to their people. And it's like, holy shit. Like, I almost don't know. I don't want to leave and let people just get fucking ran through like that, dude. Like I know one thing about Trap Talk, it's been able to guide people into the right direction. So, but man, I thought about it, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, what if I just dipped out and just?
Oh yeah, dude. You could go like full blown like Howard Hughes, like shut in and just like grow out your toe and fingernails and just like breed chondros, you know, and just like every now and then like randomly put up babies for sale and you'd be set.
Well, I mean, dude, I mind you, the reason why I'm so in tune with social media is because of the podcast. Like you have to be like, you got to do that part of everything. And so, but man, I just thought about like, what if it was just snakes, dude? Like, God damn, like that was always the goal. Like, you know, I told people I only did the podcast so I could get information on how I could learn. But then again, I'm not done learning either, dude, bro. Like, even though I've had this success, well, I want to see what I do next year, bro. Like this, I don't want to be a one-hit wonder, basically. I want to make sure I'm staying sharp. And we all know that social media is like what we're doing is the future. Like this is, you know, if we want to be relevant in the hobby and a legit influence in inspiring keepers and breeders or whatever, dude, we have to be a part of this. Like this is how you're legit in a sense.
Yeah.
But mind you, there are many things come with it. Like you keeping the stuff that you're passionate about, Adam, and being able to display it. That's what it's all about, man. Like I love that people have a voice. I love that people want to give information, but dude, have work to back up all your voices and all your opinions and all your tips. Like show your work on top of that. That's all I'm saying, man. Because that's what it's all about, bro. Like it's about the animals. It's not about you. And that's it, man. I told people this from day one. I want to be known as a breeder before a podcaster. Like I don't, and for years I've only been known for Trap Talk. Like MJ could talk on Trap Talk, you know. But I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, no, fuck that. This is what I want to be known for. Like this is the mission right here, no matter what. And so I'm not saying I'm there yet, but this year what made an impact for sure. Like
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is the last time you were on. Oh man, there's so much stuff that you just said that I want to comment on. But the last time you were on, I feel like that episode, as much as like I don't want to, like it was you opening up and kind of showing like all the hardships that you've gone through and how much you value the people around you, whether you know it be you know your mentors or your wife and the support structure that you have around you. But the theme was kind of loss and tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like today's episode is going to be, you know, life and success, because it was like after that episode, it was like bam, 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 one after another, success after success, you know, and like you said, you're not out of the woods yet, but God dang, dude, almost 70 chondros.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, 70 emerged from the egg. And you know, what's crazy is like, people who have bred chondros, they know, like, you know, like again, so many stages. You want to get them out of the egg, make sure they're not tied up in the egg. And like technically, like the ratio that I have, like only 3 not making it out of 70, bro. Like that's crazy, bro. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like I have 67 out of the 70, all fucking not all eating yet, but most of them. You know what?
Yeah, what is that, like 4.8% or something like that? Or, you know, like it's such a small percentage.
Yeah, dude. And so I know that, like, holy shit, what I was manifesting and like what I wanted, it's here, right? It's all here, you know, and it's fucking great, because I was getting kind of tired of just always talking about the failures, but that's all I had. Like but people knew I was still passionate. That's the thing. And you know I'm passionate when I talk about chondros, because it's what I fucking obsess about, you know? And so, and being successful, like I have a real insane, more than the usual competitive background. Like I like to compete and I like to win. Like I love winning. And so this was a personal thing with me in the chondros. Like, you know, getting your ass kicked for so many years and then having to talk about it on the show. And then your friends are like Marshall and Bill and Gary. And but then again, like having friends like them, bro, it wasn't easy for them. Like, bro, you know, Marshall took fucking ass whoopings for like the last 3 to 4 to 5 years before he even got to this point where he could hold shit back. And nobody really even talks about that. You know what I mean? So hasn't been an easy layout for majority of the chondro breeders. but God damn, it feels good to talk about the good stuff now, you know, and just know that, more importantly, know that what I'm doing is working. Like the husbandry, my incubator, bro, like 70 for 70. Like I had 100% hatch rate set on that, you know. I had 3 roll out of the egg, but dude, that they still came out of the egg and then they died afterwards. So that's still 100% hatch rate, which I don't know who's done that. If anyone's listening to this, please let me know if anyone has ever gone 70 for 70 on the chondros.
It's crazy.
I want to know, because I want to bring them on the show. I want to talk about it with them, because it's nuts, bro. I'm doing shit that people just don't believe that I'm doing. Like it's happening, and
it's all there. It's all out there.
I'm documenting everything, dude. You know,
yeah.
Because I know people out there. I'm like, well, he could be doing this. Well, okay, sure, dude. Okay, I'll make, and that's why I've been so active on my stories. You know, even good or bad, bro. If shit wasn't going good, I would still show it, because that's who I am. Like everyone knows, MJ does not hide shit, but not this year. Let's do it. You know, I don't have to be so goddamn depressed about showing off stuff, man. And mind you, like you said, I'm still like, I see the light, but I'm still in the woods. Like I'm still like going through fucking some mud pies and like, you know, avoiding fucking, you know, goddamn jackals or whatever in the trees. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, like, I'm not out yet, dude, but I'm rugged and ready, bro. I'm ready to rock. So let's bring it on, you know.
Have you had to use any of the geckos to get your chondro started?
Yeah, I just did this morning. So okay, everything has been smooth up to the calico clutches, and that's like, if you want to talk about like what's the most potent stuff I have going, it's the calico stuff. That's the stuff that goes back to like day one with like Trooper Walsh and like the lineage chart. I should have sent it to you before, but I think I might have already. I showed you the lineage chart, I think.
Yeah.
You saw how crazy that pedigree was. Like,
it's insane.
Dude. So mind you, I've been talking to Bill and Marshall a lot about like the designers kind of being a little on the DTD side, like kind of like special, you know what I mean? And these fucking calico things are special, bro. Like they do this weird corkscrew thing, where like I'll get them to strike, but when they strike, they act like they caught it, and then they wrap, but there's nothing to wrap. They're just like, and then they sit there with their neck almost broken, and you're like, what are you doing, dude? And then you touch them, and then they go fucking crazy, and they go run for the hills, and you're like, whoa. And they're all like that. Like Clutch 5 is all like that. So, and I knew, okay, this is going to be a weird approach. And then I was able to, like, when I saw how they were all acting, I eventually got 2 out of that clutch to eat, like, you know, with some different technique. Like, I think I got lucky. I'm not going to lie, but got them to eat. But then, you know, gave it a few days, approached the clutch again, and all the same stuff, man. Really weird, funky striking. And it's either that or they don't want nothing to do with it at all. But there's only a couple real shy ones. But also too, bro, like they barely just shed a little bit over a week ago. And so I also have to remember, like, my approach is pretty aggressive right off the bat, because these things, dude, they absorb, like, I would say a lot. I only had 1 runt. I only had that. I think it's on its last leg. It hasn't had its first shed. That's the only one that was like, huh. But everything else, it looks great, bro. Like they look like they've been eating. Like they look Phil. So Ryan Young is a huge believer of like I don't think he even tries giving them the first meal till like after the first month or so. And he sends me pictures, bro. Like he sent me a picture of a Neo that took its first meal a good 2 months after its first shed. And mind you, he was trying, but he didn't want it. But he saw the snake take a shit. Okay. And then after it took a shit, it took a meal. So it's like, dude, like maybe these fucking things just aren't hungry. Like maybe we're so crazy in the head about getting them to want to eat because it'll make us go to bed at night that maybe they just don't want to eat yet, you know? So
yeah, you see that a lot with like, you know, people that keep like pet ball pythons that,
oh yeah,
if they don't eat, like they get concerned, and then like you see a picture of the ball python, and you're like, that thing is solid for quite a while, you know, and
yeah.
And it, you know, I've kind of, you know, that little jungle carpet python that I have that would bite and wrap and drop. And, you know, we talked about the last time I was on your show. I was like, whatever, I'm going to give her, if she bites, wraps and drops 3 times in a row, I'm done. I'm just going to take it out and I'll try next week. You know, it's a like a medium mouse or something. Like I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And I just started doing that. And now she's actually taking it and eating it. So it makes you wonder, and like, and that one mouse made her grow so much that it's like, maybe they're just not hungry. Maybe there's hungry snakes and there's snakes that just aren't that hungry yet, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I was like, I have to remind myself, like, I'm not going to lie, this morning. So, okay, I was telling you about what was happening with these calicos, right? And so I was just not going anywhere. Like basically my second attempt, once I saw that they were like this, I was like, okay, I feel like these are just gonna be problematic from the get-go. And so there's people out there who I consulted with, like Dave D, Patrick, Bill, who also gives me advice on every Tuesday. They don't waste any time. Like once they see like one's going to be a pain in the ass, they just assist feed it right off the bat. And so, and mind you, like go figure, the one clutch that I have like deposits on is the one that's fucking giving me a run for my money. Like go figure. So anyways, I don't want any of these to get behind the line here. I want to make sure they are going, but then again, I'm like, dude, I hate assist feeding. Like I don't want to have to like kind of mentally scar the fuckers right off the bat, even though I heard that's not a thing. Like you have some people who believe like it gets them to understand how to eat and then they just want to eat. So you could go back and forth all day on that topic, but I was like, well, you know what? Instead of getting frustrated with these, because, you know, again, I woke up this morning, went to go approach to see how it was, same shit. And I'm like, fuck it. Getting the crested geckos, dude. So I got one of my many goddamn, I have like 30 bags, all like, with 3 to 8 geckos in each bag, like all just, because it all came from clutches, right? So I just put them whenever they got about a couple months old, I put them down, you know? So I grabbed one bag, thawed it out, and out of the 8 that were just fucking psychotic and weird, 7 of them took a gecko.
Shit. Wow.
And it was, dude, it was like, oh my God, now they don't look so DTD. Like they grabbed it and wrapped it. And I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And I was like, what do you know?
What do you think that specialness is?
What do you mean? Like why they act like that?
Yeah.
Because they're mutts. They're hybrid. It's like the line breeding. It's like going back into each other for so many years kind of creates some weaknesses, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they got people like who are against designers who thrive on that. Like they go, dude, like look what you're turning it into. You know what I mean? But I don't know, like, you know, I know people who've had pure locality clutches that aren't so fucking easy to establish. Like, I don't know. I think it has something to do with it to a certain degree, but I don't know. I can't really speak too much on it because I haven't had that much experience with success with designers at all. This is my very first year ever getting anything designer outcrossed. So everything else has just been pure locality stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of have to wait for more experience on this, I guess.
Well, if you hashed out 70 this year, what's your goal next year?
71. I want to do better the next year. I really do. What's crazy, bro? I don't want to say too much, but I might have another clutch this year.
Really?
Yeah, I have something paired up that looks really great. Like, you know, I always say, you know, always preach, you know, pay attention to your animals. I got a female that she's like fucking like she's like a book, dude. I know she does the same shit all the time, and she finally did something different. And it was on a different perch and different side of the cage. And then I noticed it was more than a day. And I'm like, why is she staying there? I'm like, that's, you know, I noticed there was something up with that. So I tossed a male in there. And sure enough, the male's been locking there for like 3 days now, you know? I don't know what's going to happen. You know, obviously I'll know, obviously in the next few weeks, how she eats. But dude, I want more. I mean, maybe it's maybe it's a bad thing that I'm having so much success with this many snakes because I want more now. And now I want to hit 100. I would say like 100 would be like a milestone. Like I want to say I hit 100 one day, you know, type of thing. So we'll see.
The ups and downs are like the worst thing about keeping snakes. It's like, cause you can like have these little successes and like, even with the podcast too, right? Like just everything. Like sometimes it just feels like something is like so well received and you knew that it would be, and you're so happy. And then and then you'll get something that you thought would be like just really well received and it's not, or and it's like, and then it just like it knocks you down a couple pegs and you're just like, all right, well, that was still good for me. It was still, it's still something that was important for me. And I think that maybe that's one of the more important things is doing things that are important for you and not trying to figure out what's important for other people.
Yeah,
and like, and I'm sure you get this all the time, because I know I get it when people like reach out and they say like, hey, thanks for doing what you do. Like I'm a fellow idiot and I've learned a lot from your show and stuff like that. Like that means a lot when I hear that, and I want to have like a really diverse collection and try to do something different every year. Like that's kind of my goal, is to really learn a lot of different species. But then at the same time, like I look at chondros and I'm like, man, like their enclosures are smaller, like you can fit more of them in a smaller space and everything, like it's, instead of like, this is a 6x2x2, for like the Argentines and boas and everything, like they just take up a lot of real estate.
I mean, why do you think I'm at where I'm at now, bro? I told you I had just under 20 species at one time. Like I was trying to be Ryan Young. Like I wanted because I wanted what I wanted, which was a lot, and I wanted to be good at breeding all of it.
Yeah.
Then I started, but as I got closer to it, I'm like, well, this is going to be difficult. And then I started looking at like not only the space I needed, but just the time, the overhead, the attention. Like you can't really expect to master something when you got fucking 20 other things to focus on, and especially when you're new. I was new, dude. Like I was within my first 5 years of keeping, I had all this shit. And so I was just trying to be something I just wasn't. But at the end of the day, I don't regret it, because I figured out what I really, truly want to work with, because I had it all. Like I had everything where I could look at and be like, well, what would I want to keep for good? And what do you think is kind of getting old and you're just not having that much fun with, So, and dude, it's only been, hasn't even been a year since I've only had 3 species, bro. Like even a year ago, I still had about 8 to 9 species in this room. Now I'm down to 3, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So it started with like 18, I think is the most I had at one point. And then it just went down from there, dude, because I started realizing like, dude, you got to figure out this chondro shit, or like whatever it is that you're trying to get good at. You're not good at it right now, and you need to fucking figure it out. And then, once the dots started connecting, I was like, dude, I know what I want to do now, and I don't want to do nothing else for now, at least, because I'm keeping my life easy as shit right now, bro. Even though it's not, and I got a crazy schedule with my life. I will say, like, yeah, it's all fun what I'm talking about, but bro, I sacrifice a lot of my sleep. Like I am and I'm paying attention to that now, and I'm catching up on my sleep. But this whole establishing that I've been doing with the chondros, bro, I'm up at 3:30, 4 a.m. No naps during the day, and I usually try to get a nap in. I haven't been getting any podcast naps in at all. Been savaging it out. By the time I go to bed by like 9:30, I'm still up at 3 again. So I've been averaging like 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep, dude.
Oof.
Which is cool a couple times, but it wears on you after a while. And once I got on like day 4 like that, bro, and then what happened was we went to Disneyland. Oh my God, let me tell this story real quick. So this week of me not getting a lot of sleep, it was my son's birthday. We were supposed to go to Disneyland. Well, we did go to Disneyland. And so I remember I was on this high. I've been on this high with the chondros, and I think that's kind of why I've been able to wake up, because I just can't wait to go fucking look at all the babies. Like I cannot believe it. Even myself, I can't believe I have all this shit. So it's easy just to roll out of bed. But once I'm away from this, dude, I'm drained. Like I'm just like, you know what I mean? And so,
yeah.
And I don't want to be like that for my son's fucking birthday weekend. So I was trying to get all ready to rock and roll, in which it was a great time, until the morning where we wake up, or no, I'm sorry, that night. So this is my son's first time away from the house, not having his crib and where he sleeps. So we had a great time swimming at the fucking hotel pool. Nighttime comes around and he's saying home. Like he wants to go home. And we're like, nah, buddy, we're staying here tonight. We're going to be good. And he's like, no, I want to go home. And so literally till 2 a.m., dude, it turned into him fucking crying and like just blowing his tears out. Like it felt like he was a newborn again. And we're just like, oh my God, should we go home? And And we're just like, no, we're good. We'll fight it out. And so finally at 2 a.m., he fucking passes out. I'm just all fucked up because I'm used to waking up at 3:30. So I wake up after barely sleeping at like 5 a.m. and I don't know what to do with myself because I'm like, it's 5 a.m. My wife and my kid are just knocked out. I want them to sleep. So I'm like, I guess I'll go charge my wife's Tesla. So I go fucking take my wife's car to go charge it, which can't find a goddamn Tesla charger anywhere. And I'm already stressed in the morning and I'm just tired, bro. And I literally feel like I was about to have a mental breakdown, bro. Cause I am stressing over finding a Tesla charger where I just wish I was home. I have very minimal sleep. And so, dude, I had a rough morning that morning, but then I snapped out of it. Cause like, dude, we're dads, man. Like we gotta get it together. And so I found the Tesla charger finally, got my shit together. I don't know who I called, but somebody snapped me out of it. A good friend of mine. I think it was either Mark Bailey or Emilio, but I was like, all right, I'm good to go. Got my head in the game. Got my Starbucks. I'm all caffeinated. I'm fucking ready to take on Disneyland. We get to the hotel. My wife's literally saying, all right, let's go. My son turns around, trips, hits the fucking corner of the bedpost, okay, and splits his shit open, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and like my wife's looking at it, she's like, it's bad. I'm like, oh no. And so, dude, we stopped the bleeding and it's like, it's bad. But my wife's like, what do we do? And so we know Disney has like a nursery, like they have like almost like an ER station at Disneyland. And we go there, we have the nurses look, and the nurse lady's like, you have a 4 to 5 hour window to get this looked at. It needs stitches. And we're like, oh, thanks, lady. And I'm like, I've had so many gashes. And I'm like, 5 to 6 hour window for what? He's gonna lose his eyeball? Like, I'm my wife that. And so my wife's like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And she's trying to go to an ER in ghetto LA. And I'm like, we're not going. I was like, we're going home, dude. Like, we're taking his ass to fucking urgent care in San Diego where it's our people. Like, we're there. Like, I don't like LA, dude. LA's fucking rough. Okay. So I'm like, we're getting fucking to San Diego. And we finally go. We get there thinking he needs stitches because of what the nurse lady said. And it did look pretty gnarly, but they were able to glue that shit, dude. They glued it shut. He was fucking acting like nothing happened. Back to normal. Oh man, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. But I ended up getting sick. I got sick literally that day. Like I could literally, and I think it was from the no sleep. It was for stress, dude. I literally got sick from. I can't say it was that. It could have been from swimming in the pool the night before with my kid. I don't know, but
were you like puking or was it like a fever?
All throat. Like it was cold. Yeah. Like it was my throat. It was my nose, my head, my body. Just everything shut down, dude. So,
dude, I don't. Being a dad is ridiculously hard. It is so hard. And like, and you're about to hit the reset button. You're about to hit the factory reset button.
Oh my!
And I did the same thing. And, my kids are almost exactly 2 years apart. They're like 1 year and 362 days apart.
That's so cool.
And it's like, they are, I remember having the first one. It's like, you have to watch like the old you die. It's like you mourn the loss of the old you.
Yes.
Because you're like, I can't live that way anymore.
Yep. Dude, wow. That's eye opening. Yeah. Cause that's basically, I'm like, dude, this, like your habit here, your habit there, these little morning things, like it's all gone. Like it's you can't, and mind you, like I'm still getting away with certain things, but dude, this fucking kid, man, he is something else, bro. By the way, if you notice, I'm not even on my normal camera. I'm on my desktop camera because guess who fucking knocked over my camera and fucking tore one of the USB cords that goddamn got stuck in the camera? My kid, you know what I mean? So, dude, it's, I get it, man. Like I'm going to have to, like my son loves being in here, but I got expensive shit in here and he's starting to find ways to break a lot of this shit.
Oh yeah.
And what's crazy is he's doing it like nights before, or I'm sorry, the day on a podcast where am I going to order this cable? Like, you know what I mean? By the way, the cable's not even here. Come on, Amazon, bring me that goddamn cable. But I'm just saying, like, when things happen, it throws everything off. And like, and it's goddamn expensive. It's expensive. Yep. It's so expensive. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. So truly, anybody that, that is like having kids or thinking about having kids, or they're right at like that 1 to 2 year old mark, like, yeah, dude, mourn the loss of the old you, because that guy is dead now. Yeah. And you are now you are now dad and you're devoted to that lifestyle for the next 18 years. And if you have another kid, you got to hit the reset button and it's another 18 years from then.
Yeah. Like there's going to, like I said, like I'm starting to realize there's going to be more things of my old ways I have to kill off, because if my kid gets smarter, I have to wise up the way they're wising up, because I'm the example. You know what I mean? Dude, my kid could just say anything I say now. Anything I say,
yeah.
like anything I say now. It's scary. Like I got a bad mouth. Like, you know what I mean?
And dude, wait until you have like a 8 and 10-year-old, you know, like I have. I mean, the thing is like if I get negative and I start complaining about stuff or people or a certain, they just start doing it too. They want, and it's like, no, I don't want to make them like me. Like, I don't want to like all the stuff I don't like about myself. I don't, you know, it's like you try to control it, but it just comes right out.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's not for the faint of heart being a dad. I remember same thing happened. Well, so my son came out on his birthday morning, tripped and fell into a coffee table, gashed his head open. And we were booked to go to the Florida aquarium, and we bandaged it up and everything. And he's bleeding through the Band-Aid while we're there on his birthday. And it's like, you know, it's funny. Like we all go through the same stuff. My one son, I don't know if I've told you the story. He ran, he had like a couple front teeth, fell into a marble windowsill.
Oh my God.
Knocked his tooth out. All I hear is him screaming, blood coming out of his mouth. I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, whoa, he's down a tooth, you know? And I look on the floor and there's this tooth laying there. I Google really quick, like, what do you do if your kid knocks their tooth out? You dip it in milk and you stick it back in. So I dipped it in milk. I stuck it back in. He still has that tooth, bro.
You're joking.
I'm dead serious. Yep, I saved it. It didn't turn gray or anything. He still has that tooth to this day. He still has it.
Whoa,
yeah,
dude. Hey, your kid's gnarly, bro. He let you stick that shit right back in,
dude. He was like 18 months old. He was like 2 years old. He was still like in diapers and everything, and he still points at it and he'll be like, "You put this back in my mouth," you know. So like, it's it's like,
dude, wow, what a trip.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Being a dad is wild. Like it is so hard.
You want to know what's dying, bro? And I can't say it is for sure, but like, you know, I think I kind of told you I have my motocross background. Like it's in my family. Like my dad raced supercross. I raced motocross. But dude, like I went through a lot of shit. Like I got hurt a lot. And I just seeing this happen to my son, bro. Like I hate seeing him in pain. Like I fucking despise it. I don't know if I could go through that. Like, I don't know, man. I know, and the other people are like, my dad told me, he's like, no, dude, trust me. Like, it's just get him the bike. And I'm like, I don't know, Dad. Like, first and foremost, like these hospital bills aren't cheap. Okay. And like, dude, it's not like I have a good fucking, like a good insurance, job or whatever the fuck with insurance. Like I have to pay a lot of this shit out of pocket. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, like I don't want to stop being a boy from being a boy. You know what I mean? Like if it's in him and he really wants it, I want him to want it. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, man. I know. I
really want to protect him.
I've had numerous motorcycles and I've gone pretty damn fast in my life. And there's a lot of things that I look back on. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm still alive.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and it's like, and then when my kids are like, I want a motorcycle, I'm like, nah, dog.
Nah, that's why I'm like, yeah, nah. Like that's dude. Cause like I always think about like all the shit that I've like gotten hurt with. Like I was a kid who even to today I still get hurt. But like the teeth, bro, like chipping your tooth or knocking your tooth out, that's not fun, bro. Or gashing the bottom of your chin or breaking anything sucks. You know, it's just terrible. Like I know it kind of builds some sort of character, but dude, all my injuries I'm paying for right now, by the way. It's why I've had 4 knee surgeries and I'm all fucked up, you know, I'm all like, but how
does that affect taking care of the animals? Like after you had that knee surgery, did it slow you down at all?
No, thank God. It sort of did because it took a while for the swelling to go down. It took like about a good week for my knee to kind of get back to like not being so fucking weird looking. So I had to be careful on how I moved around, but I was up and moving like out of surgery, dude. Like I had crutches wobbling around in this room that day of surgery. Wow. Mind you too, a lot of it was the drugs. And so I didn't take any painkillers after that. Like they they did hit me hard with morphine before I left the hospital because I woke up in a lot of pain. Like I woke up like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I told them, I was like, dude, this shit hurts. And so they did hit me with something, but that shit lasted like a day and a half. And by the time it wore off, I was like, I think I got this. And so I didn't need any kind of pain meds after that. And it did take a couple weeks to get like my normal mental state back a little bit because surgery just kind of throws me off. But yeah, bro, it didn't have much of a effect as I thought it was. And I'm back moving again, dude. You know, I'm not fully running, but I'm in the gym, dude. Like I feel fucking great. I feel so amazing right now. Like
awesome.
and not only just with like snake stuff, but like myself, like my fitness, like, you know, my diet's not there yet, but it's got a lot better, you know, but God damn it, dude, I'm fucking pushing weight right now. So, and I think that's what matters. I'm putting in the work, you know? And so I just feel that was missing a lot out of my life, Adam, like not working out because of my knees and like, you know, jujitsu. Like I know I really miss jujitsu and I know like I'm not in a rush to get there. I want to take care of the gym stuff first. I even hired a personal trainer to make sure I'm 100% ready before I hit the mats again, because I know that's kind of where I got hurt to begin with. So, but man, I just do I just like putting in the work, man. And I see you're all about that shit too. Like I see you putting in that work and when you go so long without doing any kind of work like that, it sucks, man. You get depressed and then I noticed how much weight, like I gained a lot of weight, bro. Going into surgery, I was 242. And now I'm 223 now, bro. I've already lost almost 20 pounds in surgery. So
how tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember, dude, I recently saw like memories of me when my kids were like young and I was a good solid like 30 pounds heavier than I am right now. And it's like, man, it's crazy. Cause like when you have kids, it changes like your hormone profile and everything. Like
dude. Yeah.
The workouts aren't the same. And then, you get depressed and you go to the gym and you can't move the same amount of weight for the same amount of reps. And
and the longer you avoid the gym, the worse it gets. Like your whole, like your energy, your mentality, bro. Like, oh, my mentality is everything, bro. Without the gym or without putting in that work, my mentality is shit. It's not in the right place. It gets very negative. Like I resort to negative thoughts when I'm not doing what I need to do. And I think it's a lot of my upbringing. Like, you know, like you mentioned about like you don't want to be that dad that puts all your worst habits into your kids. I love my dad. He did his best, but man, I inherited a lot of his fucking like his anger, like him fucking just like having his bipolar moods up and down. Like I'm like a spitting image of my dad. And so I don't want that for my kid, bro, at all. And that's another reason why killing off those old habits are important. Like, you know, just and being aware of it. I'm thankful I'm so aware of like so many things I don't want to continue. But it's a lot easier said than done. I work at it every day. Like it's practice, bro. Like I practice at it every day. But yeah, I don't want to be that, you know? So
it is pretty wild, dude. Like it's crazy that I get up on the East Coast and I can message you and you'll be awake.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
You're out of control, dude. Like what is like a normal day look like for you? Like getting up, cause you know, like we started this at 10 a.m. your time. It's 1 p.m. my time. And you know, I said, I was like, you get up early, right? And you're like, yeah, but I have to work. So like, what does it look like when you get up? Like what are you taking care of and what are you doing?
Well, first thing in the morning is always babies. It's always the neos. That's like I said, the reason why I'm rolling out of bed is because I'm trying to see, well, first and foremost, I feel like a lot of the luck I had with getting these things to eat was feeding them at 3:34 in the morning. Like I just, at least for the first 2 to 3 clutches, like I noticed, I'm like, oh my God, look at they're very active. Like they look hungry. And that was my approach going into all the babies. So I was like, I'm not going to really offer anything that doesn't look hungry. Like I'm going to wait for them to show me a sign. And so I just was noticing all these fucking things were looking hungry at 3:34 a.m. And then it was just a normal thing. Like, gotta go. Like I was like, that's going to be my schedule. 3:34 a.m. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go attend the babies, and whatever didn't eat, I'm going to go check to see if they look hungry. And if they look hungry, I'm going to offer them. And so that's basically what I was doing up to about, I would say, remember I told you, so last week was the whole thing with Disneyland. And when I got to that point, I was like, you know what? You got to really be like it's cool that I wake up at 3:34, but I better get a nap in at a certain point during the day, or I better go to bed extra early. Like, you got to start making up these hours. And so I was like, well, if it's hard for me to do that, I need to start scheduling things out. And so now I methodically wake up at 4 a.m. when I need to wake up at 4 a.m. If I don't need to wake, like, let's say I fed everything the night before, everything's all taken care of. Why the fuck am I going to wake up at 4 a.m.? Like, they're going to be fine, you know? So I'll wake up at like 5 or like 5:15. And I'll still get to work. But yeah, I do everything, you know, throughout a schedule now. So basically, if that's the day I wake up, the babies are taken care of first, and I'm usually with those babies till I wake up to about 7 a.m. And then once 7 a.m. hits, I'm doing all podcast stuff. Like, I'll immediately go make thumbnails, I'll whatever. Like, it's 7 days a week. So there's something I always got to make with the fucking network. And that's like every day. Like, every day there's something. So I'll do that. Or if it's Morph Market related, I gotta do shit with Morph Market because I make 2 vlogs a week for Morph Market. So 7 to 8 a.m. is all computer stuff. And so I do whatever I gotta do on the computer. And then once 8 a.m. hits, I watch Leo, my son. But I just was able to convince the nanny to start coming 2 hours earlier. So nice. Good news about like also with me trying to figure shit out. And it sucks because I have to sacrifice those 2 hours. I love being with my son, man. But man, those 2 hours are important right now. Like I could get a lot done in those 2 hours. And it's not every day of the week, but now 3 days out of the week, I don't have to watch my son in the mornings. I'll still wake up with him in the morning. I'll get him 7 a.m. Like, when he wakes up, I'll say hi to him, but nanny comes at 8 a.m. versus 10 a.m. now. So I was able to gain those 2 hours, dude. And gaining those 2 hours right there, oh my God, that's been huge.
How do you make that time actually useful? How do you actually put it to work without just getting on your phone and being like, oh, cool reel, nice reel. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look what so-and-so is doing, you know? And like, cause you can waste your life that way so easily.
At the gym, dude, as soon as everything's clear, as far as the morning stuff in here goes, like before I have to do the other chores, right? And when I say by other chores, the ball python rack, any of this stuff, the rodents, whatever. Cause like I said, the babies comes first, and then my baby, and then actual chores I actually have to do in here for that day, which could be, like I said, any of those things I just mentioned. So working out is like the fucking next biggest thing after the babies. Like, once the babies are all taken care of, I'm getting my ass in the gym. And now I could actually do a whole, like, you know, I'm at least in there for an hour and a half, you know. I'll do 45 minutes to 50 minutes of a good workout, and then I do 20 to 25 minutes in the sauna. And then I go to I go get my protein shake. And like, I actually have like myself, like that's like my self time right there, which I feel like has also helped me because I'm not all wrapped up in the snakes. Like, I could finally just fucking put in some work and just kind of take my time. And you know how it is after a good workout, man, you're just like, fuck, like, that was great, dude. Like, you're catching your breath, I'm catching up on conversations, I'm calling, I'm always talking to people. Like, there's always somebody. Like, I'll hit you up like, Adam, can we talk real quick? Like, I want to schedule something. Like, I always am on the phone with somebody about scheduling something, which is a part of what I do. So I was able to just really like I told myself, if you're going to want the nanny here 2 hours extra early, it better be for a fucking good reason. And my big good reason is the gym. Like, that's why I haven't been missing and why I'm doing so well on that. And I feel like doing well in the gym has been helping me out in here, like mentally. Like, I do get frustrated, but not to the extreme part. Like, I'm able to like, because I'm doing it right, man. I'm telling you right now, when you work out and you fucking eat right, not that I'm eating how I want to eat, but I'm just saying, I'm eating better. You start to think better. Everything starts to kind of like, you just become more sharp. And so I'm so addicted to becoming more sharp, Adam. I feel like if I stopped smoking, I would become unstoppable. But I just love smoking. Like, it's still my thing, So I don't know, day by day.
Yeah, I feel like when you dial in the working out, like everything else follows after that, like the nutrition and everything. Because you're like, well, why would I put this like lemon pound cake in my body if if I'm like. Yeah, like I'm so focused on like my health now. Yeah, it like kind of gives you focus for everything.
Yeah, and then that's when your focus changes of like what's important to you. And I've never really cared about, like, even though I came from a fitness background, I forgot about how important it was to care about yourself. Like, you got to take care of yourself. Like, it brings everything else to the forefront. Like, if you take care of yourself, you can take care of other people. But how can you take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself? You know? And so I just realized, like, mentally and physically, I just stopped giving a shit. To a certain extent. Like, mind you, I was injured. I had a lot of injuries. That was my thing. Like, I had injuries that was keeping me from wanting it. But then, like, you know, I could at least still been eating good. Like, I didn't, even though I couldn't work out, I could have had a good diet. But I had my excuses. Like, fuck it, I'm just depressed, so I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. But I also knew, like, I go through these phases. Like, and mind you, I don't ever want to leave the phase I'm in now. But I'll go through a phase of like doing good, and then I'm just like, oof, and then I just don't give a fuck, and I'll eat whatever I want. But mind you, that was when I was drinking too. Like, I think drinking had a big part of like me kind of getting off my routine and stuff like that, you know, which I haven't drank alcohol in over 90 days. Like, I don't think I'll ever drink again, to be honest.
Dude, I went from January until this month without having any drinks.
That's
and
awesome.
then when I was on vacation, I was like, I'm going to have a glass of wine. You know, I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to, you know, I'm eating French toast and fried chicken, and, you know, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm not, you know, but that's, you know, that's vacation. It's a different thing.
I meant, when I mean drinking is like having alcohol in my fridge, you know, like having always beer. Like, I have alcohol there now, but I don't need to touch it. Like, I don't want to touch it. I don't, like, if I'm on vacation or at a wedding or a special, like, I want to be able to drink it and enjoy it. So like, and like, okay, that was cool, you know, but like the way I smoke, that's the way I was drinking. You know, I was drinking every day, bro. And you know how those IPAs are, bro. Like, they start to fucking sit on you. And I got to the point where I was drinking like these 16-ounce fucking double IPAs, like three to four of them a night, bro. Like, and there was times I would kill a 6-pack, and I'm like, whoa, like, holy shit, bro. Like, that's not good. And dude, I don't know if you even go back to our episode, you might even see like my face was puffier, and like, and I feel like I was a lot puffier when you drink and stuff like that. So,
oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to preach to people like how they shouldn't drink. I just know, for me, man, like, drinking turns into a habit thing because the way I am. Like, I know how I am. Like, especially, I like stuff that I like, you know, I like to enjoy stuff a lot when I like it. That's why I smoke the way I smoke. That's why food is the way food is. But also, I'm starting to realize, like, food doesn't always need to be like that. Like, you don't always need to eat for flavor. Like, you don't need to eat because you want pleasure. You could eat for energy. You could eat for fuel. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's just my priority.
Well, I mean, like, you look at your snakes, right? And if you feed them like right after lights go out, you see how quickly they get conditioned to, when you walk in the room and the lights are out, that they're expecting food. Yeah. And I noticed that that's how I was on vacation, where, oh, okay, we're back to my buddy's house now, and now it's time for wine. You know, now we're gonna, and it, like, within a few days, you're conditioned to expect that. You know, just like a lab rat.
Yeah. And I, you know, like, I work for myself. So it's like, I always feel like if I have a craving for something, fucking who's going to stop me? Like, what should stop me? But now I want what's good for my body, and like, I want to feel good. I just want to feel good. And the thing is, like, I feel like I was drinking so much because of all the goddamn depressing shit I was going through with chondros, me being injured. Like, it was just like a fucking coping mechanism. Drinking just made me not really have to give a fuck about what I was really going through. But now, like, there's nothing for me to avoid. Like, I feel great, and just, I want to just keep this going. Like, I don't, for once in my life, I don't want to revert back, and here we go again, you know, and that's all because I started drinking again. So me personally, I, like, it's going to be tough. I feel like, only because dude, me and Bill drink. That's what we do. Like, Bill Stiegel, bro, like, when I pull up to his house, it's like, let's fucking go, you know? So, but he, you know, he's like one of my good friends. He's not telling me I need a drink. He don't give a fuck. Like, you do your thing. So, you know, I know I'll be able to enjoy myself at a Bill Stiegel party, not having to sip any alcohol. But I know at some points, like, I just think I want to prove to myself I could go longer. But I do want to get to the point where, if it's a wedding or if we're on vacation somewhere, I want to enjoy a nice glass of wine. I will say, dude, I fucking really do miss like a nice glass of red wine with like some Italian dish or something like that.
Yeah.
that's just good. And the thing is, I don't know.
Yeah, like a Pinot Noir or something like that, something nice and dry. Yeah.
Either way, but yeah. So I don't know.
What are your plans with the chondros? You said you have 26 females now, and how many males?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 males and about 20. How many females did I say? 20 what?
26, I think.
23, my bad. Yeah.
Okay.
23 adult, like adult females. Yes. So my ratio is definitely like.
So almost 40 animals.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't include the holdbacks from last year. I got 5 holdbacks from last year.
Oh, shit.
Which I'm pretty sure those are all female. I don't know how I got that lucky. I don't know yet for sure, but I have a good feeling majority of them are female. And then I have a couple other designers I'm raising up. I have just under 50 chondros. Like that's not including any of the babies, by the way. That's
how far do you plan on taking that?
What do you mean? Like as far as like volume wise, like how much?
Yeah, more? like when are you going to say I can't have any more adult chondros?
I'm good. No, I haven't needed to add anything for over a year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about holdbacks? Like you're going to want to keep.
Yeah. Because now it's a whole nother story. Now I'm going to be hoarding and holding back my best stock 100%.
And so what does that look like? Do you get rid of old animals?
Yeah.
And then
so basically the ones who are going to be departing, and I don't mean departing like selling. I'm going to collab. I have some of these pure BX that are fucking gorgeous. This isn't the time yet. I'm still maybe 2 years from it, but a lot of these females will be in different I'm going to be cycling these around. Yeah. So but these are I fucking love these females, man. They're important to me, but I can't help to make space for the new stuff coming in, especially if I've already gotten clutches from these and stuff like that. So I'm already strategically finding out females that I'm going to send these to breeder wise, like, really close friends of mine who in a heartbeat would take any of these females. So that's the goal. Yeah. It's just kind of like cycle, like kind of the very foundation start of everything. The only one that will never leave is Mimi. Like Queen Mimi's here to stay. That's the very first yellow neonate BX that my wife bought me. She's a lifer. She'll never leave.
Yeah.
But mind you too, bro, like if in a perfect world, none of these will leave. I'm considering, dude, like, again, none of this needs to happen now, but I might have maybe 1 or 2 years left with the ball pythons. And I might say, fuck it, dude. Someone pick up this rack. Or what I'm also thinking is finding someone who wants to take on all my projects and house them, and we just split everything. I don't know. I'll consider it, but I'm gonna maybe think of some sort of a plan if I need to find a place for the ball pythons so I could have that whole fucking wall, 17-foot wall available for what I could do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? So because if I could have another one of these walls, yeah, that's what I want, dude. I mean, that's the goal, I'm just not there yet. I'm like 2 years from that, I think. But yeah, I'm holding back a lot. I just found out waking up one day, like I'm like, I want to hold a lot of this stuff back. Like I said, I had people on deposits and I have them pretty much set. But other than that, I don't know if I want to put the other stuff out. At least not right now. I'll tell you what, Clutch 6, not selling any of that shit. Fuck no. Keeping it all.
Does the having animals with deposits on them, does that add like another layer of stress to it or pressure?
Yeah, but I'm so glad I did, because knowing I had that many people ready to rock and roll who sent me non-refundable deposits, it gave me it just made me like, dude, focus on establishing now, bro. You don't have to worry about where you're going to find homes for these. Not that I really was worried, but it was like, I don't know, man. I work good under pressure, I guess you can say. And I knew, like, mind you, like I knew I had 70 fucking babies, and the amount of deposits was like not even like 20% of what. So I'm like, I could figure this out. Like I can at least get this much. Like in a worst case scenario, I could get that many to get going. And also, like, these are people who've been following me for a while. Like they're not somebody, like they know the circumstances, and they know if it's not going to happen this year, it's going to roll over next year or something. Like they just want something from me. Like that's it. So that felt good too. Like knowing like, okay, like even if something worse is to happen, it's all good. They're willing to wait to see what happens next year, you know? So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was kind of, trust me, I didn't want to. I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to put myself in that position. But as I was getting closer and as I saw all these eggs were like, holy shit, these are looking great. I had a big homie of mine tell me, he's like, bro, if you have people wanting to get on a list and they're asking you, take that shit right now. Are you kidding me? And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And so that's what I started doing. So I got a good list going, nothing close to 70, trust me, but like I got a good portion of people I want to take care of. And I got my yellow winners that I'm going to send some really cool yellows to, and then we're all good. So,
yeah.
But I'm probably going to hold back like 30 of them, bro. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, bro. All the BAC stuff I do have about 4 people on the BAC list stuff, and I hatched 14 of them. I think I'm going to keep 10. I'm not joking.
Now, why are you giving away the yellows? Why not sell the yellows?
Well, I just feel like the yellows, like if I had to sell a yellow designer outcross, it's going to be hard to sell at the price that I feel like it should be selling at. Because people don't really understand the true value with a yellow. Like they just look at it for the most part as like, well, there's a yellow going for $900 or $1,000 that is captive born and bred. Why are you selling this one for $3,500, $4K? And I don't want to be in the position to have to convince people to get into the designer. Either you want to or you're not. So I was like, you know what? Instead of having to put something up that I don't want to put up for a certain price, how about I just legit give them away to people who've been supporting me for the last 5 to 6 years who want to get into chondros so bad. And I was like, dude, I want to hook up my Patreon members. And so I was like, I don't want to sell yellow. If I make a yellow, I'm going to do giveaways on my Patreon account. And I'm going to find the right person, the most excited person on why they need this yellow, and I'm going to give it to them. And I don't need to sell, and I don't need to, because also, dude, like I've got so many blessings, man. I got so many awesome things going my way. I don't need the money, like, you know. And also, I just rather give back. Finally, you know, I've had, you know, but I throw Trap Fest. It's not that I don't give back to my people, but man, I just thought like, who else is doing that? Like, who else is giving away fucking a chondro to somebody? Nobody. And so, if I could be one of those first people to be known, like, dude, this dude was giving away yellow neonates to his Patreon members, I'll take that. That's fucking, to me, I think that's badass. So
it is badass. That's got to be like such good karma too. I mean, I'm not big into the you know, the spirituality myself personally, but I think that I don't know. It's funny I say that, but I do good things, and I just think like, okay, it'll come back to me eventually. You know, it's like a bank. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like so many good things have come to me. I just feel like this is like, come on, like, just, you could hook it up. And that's why, and mind you, like, I have some people who don't believe me, like people who aren't a part of the Patreon, but like other people, like, they're like, you're not going to do, I'm like, oh, watch me. Like, I could do that. I could easily do that. And I've already found homes for all the yellows. Like the yellows I'm already considering letting go, I already found homes for them. Like, I already know in my head who the hell they're going to be going to.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, like, tell me about your setup for the Neos. Cause it's a huge setup. It's super impressive looking.
Yeah.
And like, who made that rack? What are the temps? Is it back heat? Like, how do you heat them? Is it ambient? Like what does all that look like?
Yeah. So shout out to Sea Serpents. I ordered, I don't know how many, I think 3 Sea Serpent racks that are 6-quart tubs. Basically what you use for baby ball pythons.
What are the dimensions on those 6-quart tubs?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the actual. We can look them up. I mean, I can look it up, but I don't know the actual.
Like, just guesstimate.
I don't know, bro. Hold on. 6-quart tub dimensions. All right. So we are looking at. Where is it?
I knew it wouldn't be easy to find.
It's here. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's here. Well, I don't know, dude. This sucks.
This is bad podcasting.
I found it. Okay. So about 5 inches high, 8 inches wide, and 13 inches deep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and all back heat. So I specifically wanted back heat. Just because I know with chondros, it's better than belly.
Does They're up off the ground.
But they'll also floor themselves too. So
really,
yeah, and you just don't want, like, let's just say it's cooking on that fucking heat tape. You just don't want them to be laying on that. Like you want to avoid any kind of way for them to lay on the heat tape at all, no matter what. But I have babies that like the floor. They'll eventually perch, but then they'll go back on the floor too. Like that's what they do sometimes. Not all of them.
Do you give them like a hide on the bottom or anything like that ever?
No, they just hit. They'll either hit the floor or they'll perch on the deli cup.
Okay, and so what's the temperature like in there?
So basically, yeah. Okay, so I set, and so man, so normally I put the probe inside the actual tub because I never had much consistent success putting the probe on the actual heat tape. But I was able to find a good place to put the probe. Well, here's the thing: I also have 2 probes per rack. So do you notice how my sea serpent racks are stacked on top of each other?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one has a probe, one rack has a probe, and the other rack has its own probe. And so I set that to 92.5, which is directly on the heat tape. But if I were to temp gun it, it's 84, like right on the money. So I'm shooting for 84 in that tub 24/7. And I don't change nothing. And obviously that's on the warmer side. It's going to be cooler somewhat on the cooler side, and that's where my ambient does its thing. My room doesn't really, it's not consistent in my room. Like, meaning like nighttime is going to be anywhere from like 76 to 77 at night. And then daytime is going to be anywhere from 81 to 84 during the day if I let it get that hot. It just depends. Right now we're in the midst of the summer. So my room on that side where they're at gets to 84, which is, I'm okay. I feel like 84 is the hottest I want to get with them. So I'll let them get to 84 ambient, but then it drops down to 77, 76 at night.
And what's the humidity like in there?
Oh yeah, close to 100. Yeah.
And so you're putting in paper towels on the bottom and then you wet those?
Yeah. I mean, after they shed and after they eat, you don't have to have it soaked. Like, especially if your room is already like my room ambient humidity wise is 60 to 70 consistently. So I have pretty good humidity in my room. So I don't really need to worry too much about keeping that paper towel saturated. But what's more important than having that paper saturated is you spraying that neonate, because that's how they're drinking. You will have some that will drink out of the dish, but they don't really know how to drink just as much as they don't really know how to eat. The only way they drink, I can't say the only way, but I feel like majority of how my chondros are drinking is when you spray them. If I were to go a day or two without spraying them, bro, they would look like dog shit. They get all wrinkly. They look like fucking ass. And then I had somebody tell me, well, it's because of the humidity. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not the humidity. Humidity is fucking high. I have good ambient humidity and I have fucking high humidity inside the actual, inside the tub, because there's a huge 6-ounce fucking water dish in there. Regardless if the paper towel's soaked or not, there's water in there. So, and I actually put a Govee in there and it was in the 90s. So I know the humidity is fine. It's because they're not drinking. They won't drink unless you spray them.
So do you spray them like every day?
Twice a day. Yeah.
Twice a day. Wow.
Twice a day. Yep. And it's not fucking like I got a hand sprayer, like what hairstylists use, and it's 2 pumps. Like all they need is just something to drink off of, dude. And that's it.
So you do that 67 times.
Well, times 2.
Oh my God.
Twice a day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it though, because I love looking at them. It's my excuse to get to look at them. But mind you, like it's in the morning and it's before I go to bed. That's the only time. Yeah. So, and by doing that, bro, they just look fucking pristine. Like they look great. I mean, I post them on the story a lot. Oh yeah. None of them are wrinkled. But what's crazy is, I thought like, okay, well the humidity is high in there. Maybe I won't need a spray. No, it's when I got back from Disneyland. Because remember I told you I went up to Disneyland? And so when I got back that day all fucked up, I went to go check on them. Dude, more than half of them were wrinkled. And I was like, God damn, they look like shit. That's kind of been a debate lately in the hobby. Not that it wasn't before. You got people who believe in spraying and people who don't believe in spraying. Like, I feel like you don't need to spray. Like, there's certain things out there. If you have the right husbandry, you don't need to spray. Like once I got my humidity down in this room, I spray them so much less, but I will spray them if they're in shed, Chondro babies, there's no way around it. I'm telling you, unless somebody out there could tell me what I'm doing wrong, there's no way in hell you could go a day or two without spraying those fucking chondros without them looking like dog shit. And so that's my biggest argument on that. I have, you know who Snake Spirit is? I think I had brought him up before, the Emerald Tree Cultivator. He's coming on my show because he's super like fucking anti-spray. Like he has some of the funniest memes about like people who spray. And I love it. It's all fun and games, but we're gonna have a debate, him and I, on spraying versus not spraying. And he knows his shit, man. He's Coach Rice for a reason, but whatever. I've made myself look stupid many times, so I'll do it again. I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, isn't it like a natural thing for them to get moisture on themselves?
Yeah, but the thing is, Coach Rice's argument is like they avoid the rain. They don't sit there to get rained on. Like they are trying to avoid it because they get their hydration through the mist in the air, like the fog, everything that's passing through the morning. All that is hydration. They drink all that when it hits them already. So that's how his analogy is with like they have ways of drinking without getting sprayed on. And for the most part, like you kind of don't see emeralds or chondros sitting out there while the rain's dumping on them. Like they move. And what's crazy is to back up Coach Rice's argument is if I were to take my emerald outside and I start spraying it, it's taken off. It's gone. It doesn't sit there and go, oh my God, hit me some more. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm out of here. Like and that's when it goes shit. And that's the whole purpose of spraying them outside. So if they get moving and you get them to shit, you know what I mean? Which isn't natural either. You shouldn't have to do that, but what people do.
Yeah. I mean, I've with my diamond pythons that I'm keeping outside, that's something that's been really interesting to watch is them actually sitting out in the rain. Like a rainy day will come and like they might go down into their hide once the sun like peaks and it's super hot in the sun. But then if we get cloud cover and it starts to rain, they'll come up and sit on a branch in the rain. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
but diamonds aren't chondros either.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still a boreal snake. I mean, it's still something, you know. But then again, it's like, I don't know, where do we draw the line with, you know, wild mentality versus captive bred? Like, you know, I don't know if the natural instincts with captive bred is like something's about to eat me, you know, and I need to hide, or they just don't give a shit and they feel fucking comfortable. They don't mind it, you know. But yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Dude, I got that freaking gorgeous male diamond python and he's using his cage as like a cheese grater and grinding his scales off of the top of his head.
Ooh,
I know, it's
God damn it,
driving me insane, dude. Like, and stuff like that, like talking about like the highs and the lows where it's like I get this male and I'm super excited about having this male and these two beautiful females that I got from Brandon, and then he starts cheese grating his head, and then he stops and he's good. And I'm like, oh, we're done. And he sheds and it shrunk down to be like half its size. And I'm like, perfect. He got over this. He just needed to explore his cage. He was trying to find weak points, whatever. And then he goes at it twice as hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah. You have to change that. And it's not going to ever stop. Because like for whatever reason, it's some sort of like a nervous thing, like where they know, like obviously snakes want to explore out of wherever they can. They don't want to, if they know they're entrapped in something and they know it, they're going to try to explore how to get the fuck out. And he probably knows that's something where he likes to either feel like he could work on something to try to eventually get it to open or something. I mean, because when I used to keep a lot of stuff in tubs, one of my BX, like there was a type of like lip on the lid that she like would try to push on, and it fucking ended up busting her shit all the way open. Oh. And then I remember like I went through everything, like I healed it, and then I thought I was fine. It kept her in the exact same tub. She did it again. I was like, what the fuck? And so I realized, I was like, dude, this isn't gonna work. Like I gotta change the setup. And so trying to think, what use the screening meshing type thing, right?
Yeah, it's a Reptibreeze, the 2x2 by 4 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and there's other stuff out there. Or you know what you could possibly do, bro? So you know that gardening fencing, the garden fencing. It's like plastic. It's like people almost use it for like perches and shit. You seen it? It's like green.
Yeah.
So you should put a layer of that underneath that. So that way it's at least, but also though too, they could get their head in there and they could fucking start. So
100%.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I would maybe find a way to put some sort of like a coating, like a underneath there, like another meshing that is like more of a, like, I guess more forgiving when you rub on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking to David Feinberg, who I got him from, and he's like, take some of that corrugated plastic that you use to dam off on the bottom for a substrate barrier and put it on the very top. Because he said he's probably pushing his head up. Yeah. He feels, he's feeling the flex of that screen. Yeah,
he feels give. So he's like, oh, I could get out of here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I cut out the corrugated plastic and I stuck it to the top. So at least it's smooth now and it has a lot less give. So I'm hoping he'll hit that and be like, all right, this isn't a way out. But I did get that block structure done, that 6x3 base done for my outdoor enclosure that he's going to move into. So I'm waiting on that to cure and I need to coat the wooden structure that's going to go on top of that. And my hope is that once he's in a big 6 foot long, 3 foot deep and, like 4 or 5 feet tall enclosure, he's going to be solid. Like he'll have a lot of branches, hiding areas, and
my advice.
Sure.
Get him out of there. If you can, put him inside your house. So that way, like, there's no chance of hell that he could ever refuck anything up. Try to get a couple sheds in where he's meant and just wait until that final enclosure is ready.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell I'd put him though. And
how big is he? Isn't he? He's not that big, I thought.
He's like 4 or 5 years old. He's eating large rats.
Okay, never mind. So he's a lot bigger than I thought. He was still like more of the juvie side, or like, so he's a pretty big boy then already.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's an adult. So I mean, I treat them like they are diseased wild animals, basically. Like they're not coming in my house, because I know that they're coming in contact with things that are outside, so I just kind of, they are the last to be fed, the last to be touched before I shower, like they're a different thing, so
yeah,
I got to get him in that enclosure. And I'm kind of hoping too that this, corrugated plastic on the top will put an end to it, but we'll see. Yeah. And I just stepped him up from a medium rat to a large rat too, hoping that'll like make him not want to get out. Cause I did having those rabbits around having the rabbits, which I got rid of. I got out of the rabbit breeding deal. Their food was falling out the bottom of the cage and it was bringing rats in. So now the rats are gone. Like I went around my house with one of those, like, like the bug spray things on the end of the hose with bleach in it. And I sprayed the whole damn house and I put bait stations out and like no more rats. Like that's not happening. And
did you catch all those bastards or what'd you do? Were you watching them die one by one or what were you doing?
Yeah. They're not a problem anymore.
They're neutralized.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that, dude, I found a big one. They were eating the inside of my truck. They were they were going inside the engine compartment and eating the insulation.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah. I got out of work one day and there was big flies going around the hood of my truck. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And sure as shit, there's a big male in there laying on his back dead.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Dude. Oh my God. Yeah.
So how are the emeralds doing?
Good, man. Doing great. Love them. Yeah, holdbacks are doing great. I had somebody hit me up like, dude, can you show them off more? And I'm like, yeah, my bad. Cause I've been all like, it's all about the chondros right now. But yeah, they're fucking awesome, man. Eating. They're still on they're on rat pinks, rat fuzzies, but they're doing great, man. And then also the adults, I'm kind of getting primed ready for breeding here in the next fuck, dude, we're already approaching fall. This is crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Dude, wow, I'm excited because I like the breed. I like it's the fun, easy part is pairing, man, because it's like, you don't have to, you just have to see what's gonna happen. And then you it's like every morning you wake up to see a lock is like Christmas. It's like, all right, like, you know what I mean? And then next, it goes from that to like they turn off food and then they look big and then boom, so exciting, even though right now it's still really exciting. I feel like there's no rest with the excitement this year. This is fucking awesome because we're already getting to that point where I'm going to be pairing up some emeralds this year. Going to pair up my 50-50, my hybrid fucking base and northern, which I mean, I'm not expecting anything, but goddamn, that'd be cool to see something from that go, you know? So,
dude, you had such a good year. I mean, between the emeralds and the chondros, it is wild.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, it feels good because, like I said, I always talk about what I went through with chondros, but same shit with emeralds, man. I got my ass beat the last fucking 2 years, like depressing levels of failing. You know what I mean? And so it's cool, man. Like it's, you know, I don't want to be Mr. fucking, you know, stay positive, corny mentality, but goddamn, man, like good things do come. You know, if you stick it out, good things will come, and sometimes they all come at once. And so I feel like that's kind of what this year has been all about. I just feel like 2025 has been the year of the trap, man. Like I had that success with the emeralds, which you could take away all the chondro stuff, even though I would never want that. But the emeralds was so much for me, dude. Like to accomplish that was like a huge, like personal goal of mine. Like to do that, like that could have been enough. It really could have. But man, to hit everything with the chondros this year is nuts. Like it's and it's not even over, bro. I'm telling you right now, I still got shit locking up right now, you know, which is great. Like I feel like this is awesome, you know. But you know, we'll see what happens next year, man. I feel like you're only as good as your previous season. So
so walk me through getting ready to breed the emeralds. Like what are you doing? Are you do you cycle their temperatures? Are you food cycling them? Like what does that look like?
So because I live in San Diego and I'm like primarily ambient, like everything's natural. Like everything's just basically what's ever happening here is how I do things temperature wise in the room. Like it's all whatever's happening here in San Diego. But food, man, food is where it comes to play. Especially with the emeralds. I feel like emeralds, you could give them some consistent temp wise and you could still get success if you hit them right with the food. So for me, man, yeah. So I think, oh my God, yeah. So I'm about to hit them with their last meal here soon. So this August 21st, I'm gonna hit them with a large rat. Then I'm not gonna feed them for 2 months. I won't feed them until about the end of October. And then so I basically go 2 months, no food. I'll hit them with a small meal, like probably like a small rat and they're used to getting large rats. And then I'll pair them up and then I'll see what happens. And then what I'll do is every 10 days, I'll feed them again. So I keep them on small meals for a certain period. And if I see locks and if I see everything going in between these small meals, I wait for that right moment to hit them with a fucking jumbo rat. So I'll keep everything consistent up to breeding, and then I will go 2 months without feeding, and then I get them back on small meals while I'm pairing. And if I see the things that I want to see, there's a certain time and place you hit them with the fucking big meal. And so far, 2 years in a row, it's worked for me. Again, this year, it could be a fucking complete dud, but I've gotten everything to go doing this. Shout out to Warren Booth, Dr. Booth. That's my boy. He's definitely taught me this way of feeding them when, you know, as far as getting them to go. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this year. Same exact thing. So yeah, we're about to approach the fast part of the year for the emeralds. And then I do the same thing with the chondros. So right after the emeralds, the chondros are a little bit further than the emeralds. So about October, November is when I'll stop feeding the chondros. And I'll probably will do that till February. And then same shit, pair them up and then feed them small meals. And I don't really go crazy with the chondros. Like it's all about consistent meals at a certain point with them. You don't need to hit them with a large meal. I don't think at all with the chondros. Emeralds, dude, you got to, I feel like. So
they go 2 months as well, the chondros?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how I food cycle. Personally, like I go 2 months hard fast, no food, and then I give it right back to them. And
now, why is there a difference between the chondros and the emeralds? Why is there like a 2 month? One is going like at the peak of like your hot season, right?
Yeah.
And then the other one you start them sort of right as you're going into cooler months.
Yeah. So even though it's still pretty hot in here in October, we do get weather that's colder. Like there's a noticeable slight change in October, and I think that's just enough for them to realize. Like we'll get a rainy day finally or something like that, right? So I feel like that's enough for them to realize there's something going on outside, and that's when I implement the whole fasting with the food part as well. I feel like I feel like I could get some chondros to go the same time with the emeralds, but based off what I just had this year, I know where majority of my females like to go. And there's no sense of pairing at all before January, February. You're wait because I tried doing that this year. Like I paired in December. Actually, no, I paired in late because I got all excited. I knew how many females I was going to pair. I paired late November and late December, and I nothing. And I was like, dude, why am I doing this? So then I fucking didn't pair nothing for a whole month, and then I paired in February. Holy shit, whole other ball game, bro. Everything went to town, and you saw what transpired after that. Bunch of fucking clutches. So I feel like I found like my happy medium spot with the chondros the same way I did with the emeralds. And mind you, I feel like chondros like it colder. Like they prefer colder temp cyclings versus emeralds. Emeralds, they don't mind it if it's a little bit warm ambient on a consistent basis. I still feel like it's necessary to give them mid 70s at a certain point, but they don't need it. They could be happy as fuck 80 ambient 24/7. Because it is warm where they're at, bro. If you think about it, it doesn't drop crazy temp wise in the rainforest. Like, as far as like, low 60s, 50s, that doesn't happen. Chondros, that happens. Like I've had multiple people on the show who've gone to go see chondros in the wild and temp gunning them at 68, 65 degrees, even colder, bro. I forgot. Damn. I think it might have been Daniel Natush or something, but somebody said like 50s. Or had it been, I think it not Joe Mack. I had an Australian keeper not too long ago tell me about chondros being red about high 50s, low 60s at a certain time at night, or in the mornings or something during the year. You don't do that with emeralds. And that's why also I'm splitting everything up. That's why I haven't, the tree monitors that I had on that side of the room, all those cages are empty. And so I have perches being designed by Rondo. Shout out to Rondo, Snake Escapes, the guy who hand does all the fucking perches by hands, fucking legit artist. He's making me all these perches for all these emeralds that are going to be going into those new cages. And all the emeralds are going to go on the warmer side of the trap. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm like, dude, wait till I separate everything. Like man, I'm telling you, like I'm excited. I got a taste of glory with the emeralds, but dude, I got a lot of emeralds, bro. I got fucking 8. I got 8 females. Okay. So shit. Yeah, ready to rock. So I'm just saying, like, I just can't wait. I can't wait till we're talking about how I went 70 for 70 on chondros and fucking 60 for 60 on emeralds. Like that's what I can't wait to discuss is when I'm just everything's neck and neck. That's what I want. That's the Ryan Young shit I want to be on with the emeralds and the chondros. Like I want good numbers, bro, because nobody ever has good numbers with chondros. It's always like, yeah, like I got this many to hatch and fucking like 20 of them died or something. It's always something crazy like that. And I feel like if you are really dialed in and you fucking put in the right time of effort and these chondros are really happy and these emeralds are happy, those numbers, the ratio is going to go way higher than what people are expecting. Go ahead.
How are you adjusting their temperatures during that food cycle? Are you changing like your parameters on your radiant heat panels?
Yeah, so I mean, the only thing that gets radiant heat is the emeralds because, like I said, they're on this side and they like it warmer than the chondros. The chondros have no radiant heat right now. They have panels, but none of them are on. They're all completely ambient. Right now, my room is 81.5 right now in my room. And if I were to temp gun them right now, they're probably about 82 or so with the chondros. Now with the emeralds, I give them legit basking. So at 8 a.m., that panel turns on to about 90, 91. Okay. And what they'll do is they'll sit there for about 15, 20 minutes and then they'll move. They'll get away from the heat because they got everything they wanted. So they'll adjust and they'll move. And that panel's on till noon. And so that's what I do with that. So they have heat from 8 a.m. till noon. And then once that panel turns off, it goes from wherever it is, 90 up there, gradually down to like 84, 83 ambient. And then until the nighttime hits, and then it drops down, and then it recycles again. So I have to do a lot of like special adjusting for the emeralds on this wall, which I won't have to do that once they're on that side. I'll be able to like fucking not have to fuck with anything. I'd rather not mess with the panels. I don't like the panels, but I have to do what I have to do, and I know I need to stick to what's working with the emeralds, and that's giving them a basking, having them move. Because guess what? I'm not pulling them out to have to hose them down to shit. No, they shit on their own now. Like these emeralds, fucking, they shed great on their own. They shit great on their own, and that's where those are two biggest things people struggle as being an emerald keeper. They can't get their emerald to shit, and they have really bad sheds all the time. You know, so there's a husbandry learning curve with the emeralds that takes a while to figure out, especially in your own room, especially however you keep things. So I was able to figure it out with them being with the chondros, but now I know what they need on their own, and I'm just gonna give them their own thing over there and set it and forget it, dude. I'll be fucking. That's the way I want it, you know.
Yeah, that's. I keep thinking like, damn, I just want my own building, like my own separate building, because like my temperature because like we've talked about it before. I do the heat lights,
yeah,
and they all turn off at sunset, you know, like they're programmed to do that with the smart switches, and which is cool because they adjust themselves throughout the year and everything, which is like cool. Perfect for light cycle.
Yeah.
But man, like my house at night, like we got to be able to sleep in here, so the temperature goes down to like 72.
Yeah.
You know, so like in the room that I'm in right now, it's probably like 74. It's a little warmer in here. Like I keep thinking like, man, maybe I don't know if I want to do the building or if I just want to convert my garage and turn my garage into its own temperature controlled environment, you know, and put a wall in and a door, you know, or cause like, I feel like the building is just like unattainable right now, you know?
Dude, tell me about it. Cause that's like, I'm all like, you know, and I get it. Like you got to dream big, but my dreams have been kind of big, like way big. Like I need to chill out big because I want a facility, which I need to move first. So, okay, let's buy a new house. Wow, that's crazy. And then you want to fucking put a facility on the property where if you do it right, and we really think about what is going to go inside the facility, which I'm sure more caging, more newer stuff, dude, you're going to be, okay, rich guy, like where's this money going to come from? It's expensive, dude. Like even doing this garage, this was a 2-car garage that I was able to turn into my own trap. That cost me $30K just to do everything to turn it into what I want to turn it into. That's not including the Freedom Breeder racks that I bought. That's not including the more focused cages that I bought, and then the more animals that I bought. Like it's expensive, and that's why I want more space, but I'm like, do I really want that stress with the amount of money I have to invest? And then also like, dude, everything's breathing for me in this room now. Okay, let's take it out. Let's go to a different room and really fucking fuck with things. Like, no,
that's the scary part too, right?
Scary thing, dude. But you know, also like my wife wants a better neighborhood. Like we kind of live in the hood, you know. Like I love my house, I even love my block, but about 2 blocks that way, it's not like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I want to maybe move, maybe at some point, but goddamn, I love all the success I'm having in this room. But I know I could do that in another room. I definitely know that there's more than likely going to be a pause on breeding, like or maybe not. I don't know. You got people who say you don't need a pause. I guess there's a certain way of going about it. But just thinking about moving, bro, thinking about a facility really makes me nauseous. Like it's like,
yeah,
because I'm like, great, now I have to stop having fun. Like now the fun is like going back to figuring things out, which
sleepless nights,
and then like, how am I going to do it? Like even getting to where I'm at now, I didn't know how I was going to get here. Like how am I going to turn this garage into what I want, where I'm going to be happy with it? And I wasn't happy with this room for the first year, bro. Like I remember being so like, I'm not used to this. This isn't my old room. Like, oh, look at the temps, look at the humidity. Like, bro, the first year in this room sucked, bro. And then getting females to slug out, I was like, dude, I was ready to shoot myself. Like, I was like, this is terrible. Like, what the fuck? But then, you know, finally fucking figured it out. I finally got it dialed in and then was patient. And so, yeah, bro, there's a lot of, sometimes you got to do what you got to do though, man. Like, you know, I guess sometimes when it comes to moving, some people don't have a choice. Like if my wife finds a place she really wants and it's for the family's best and all that, we got to probably do it, you know? And so, yeah, man. But right now I'm not in a rush, dude. I'd rather.
At least you're in a good spot. Like you have a nice house, you know, like you can raise a family there.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're in like an apartment or a
No,
condo or,
no.
you know, where
I'm
it's
good.
like,
I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. Like the thing is, I just want more. Like but I'm also like, dude, hold on. Like, you had more, and you know what it's like. So just enjoy. I'm trying to just like enjoy the moment where it's at right now. But dude, yeah, I miss my Malukians. Like there's this cool stuff I wish I have back, but then again, I'm like, I'm pretty busy right now. So I'm like, do I really want to go go maintenance Malukians and all the tree monitors? So I don't know. I got to just check myself and bring myself back to like, all right, you're happy right now. You know, things are going to get to another point. So just chill, dude, chill.
so you don't have any monitors anymore?
I have my pair of blues. I have my which I'm happy to find out I actually do have a pair. I thought I had two females, but just saw my home. Shout out to Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike's like, he's like, nephew. He's like, you want to find out what you have? Put them together. I'm like, oh no. I was like, all right. And so sure enough, I put the male and female. I put them together, and then the male fucking his flower. Like I don't know what he did, but he showed his dicks, and I was like, yeah, all right, cool. And so I knew I had I know I have a pair. And yeah, I have. They're right here. They're awesome. You know, I think having a pair is fine. You know, but I had 11 of them. Like I was trying to do everything with them, and I was like, you're tripping. Without having your own facility, you're not going to do that. And so that's why I was like, well, at least I'm going to keep the blues because the blues are fucking awesome. I mean, tree monitors in general are awesome, but yeah, I have to at least have one monitor species, and yeah, those blues are here forever, bro. I fucking love them. They're so cool. So.
Yeah, man, that whole facility thing is like, I don't know, it's so cool, but it's so ambitious, and it's like it's such a huge money suck and time suck and so many sleepless nights and just like over engineering it and like making sure you don't miss anything because you know everything that you would do different now with where you are. And like me, I'm in like, this is like my small office, and then out there is our formal dining area, which my wife was gracious enough to let me branch out into that area. But it's kind of cool because like I remember thinking like, do I want to live like this? Like where people are going to come over and like right out in my like visible from my living area is like snake cages and everything. But then people came over for my kid's birthday that hate snakes, like legitimately do not like snakes. And they're like, I don't like snakes, but that looks awesome.
Yeah. See,
and I was like,
that's what it's all about.
That was validating to where it's like, I did it right. You know, I did it to where somebody that doesn't like snakes thinks this looks cool, you know? So that made me feel better about it, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Like part of me like thinks like maybe I could just convert my 2-car garage. Did you get rid of your garage door?
No, I insulated it. So I basically, my garage door still opens. I just never open it because I don't need to, but yeah, I basically got some sort of insulation kit that you put on a garage door.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so it's just insulated, and I have my racks against it. So, but my garage door is still there. I want, because I mean, I would like some sort of light. See, a good thing about this side is I have a bunch of daylight that comes through. Like I got a window here. I got a door with the window on it over there. I do want to put some sort of window over there, especially for the emeralds. So that's the only thing I think I'm going to do next is going to talk to somebody about putting a window on, because I have a wall like this right here, and I think it'd be cool just to have a window, because I do believe, like no offense, all this lighting's bullshit. They don't need it. Okay, it's cool for you as the person looking, but if there was a survey, like let's say these chondros could take a survey and they could be like, do you want this light off or on? They would be like, you fucking piece of shit, turn it off. I don't think they like it. I really don't. I really don't personally. And so mind you, I feel like, and if this show wasn't happening, these lights would be on. Again, I'm doing it for aesthetics. Like I'm doing it to look cool, but they have lighting that comes in already naturally. And again, you don't see these fucking things in the sun. Like they're not like, oh, what a beautiful day. Let me go grasp some sun and be out here for hours. No, dude, they might bask. Like we all know emeralds bask for sure. Show me a picture of a chondro basking in the sun. No, yeah. They hide. They want to hide. All 24/7 chondros want to hide. They don't want to be seen because they're about to get eaten. They don't want to. That's naturally their wild thought is like, I'm about to get eaten or I got to go eat something, but I got to hide. You know what I mean? I feel like emeralds carry a lot more fucking, they're bolder and they need that heat and they don't mind being out there. Like I've seen pictures of emeralds over the basin, like over the river, soaking in sun. But I've been told by Dave Kaufman and other people where they go right away underneath to the shade somewhere. They only gather it for a little bit and then they leave. So they don't like exposure, man. Like snakes don't like exposure. So I want to put a window on that side so I don't have to use as much lighting. But even then, dude, like I'll give them lighting. I kind of do some sort of temperature. I'm sorry, not lighting cycling as well. Like right now is during the summer. I that's when I will turn the lights on for them like this for a few hours. But once winter hits, once October hits, and that whole food cycling happens, I don't turn these lights on at all. Like these are just completely off during breeding while they're paired up. No lights are on at all. Even though I do have one paired up right now in the middle of summer, but like I said, I'm not a big believer of these damn lights. I don't think. I'm not saying I don't believe in UVB lighting. I think if you provide that, that's awesome. I think it doesn't hurt, but this whole LED fake lighting shit, it's not necessary. It really isn't.
Yeah, it makes you wonder because like a lot of them do hide. You know, they seek out shade and shelter, and you know, you got to figure like if they're down low under the canopy and everything, like there's not a ton getting down to them. And yeah, I don't know. It's damn. I'm so torn, dude. And like the other thing about the facility is like, I want my animals in my house so I can see them more often.
Yeah.
You know, like being in a part of my house, they're just more accessible, you know? So like if I have like a separate building that I have to like walk out to, I don't know.
I would kill for a separate building, dude. Only because like my son, like he knows I'm in here and he fucking loves to pound on the door. And like, dude, I gotta work sometimes. Like and also there's another reason why I wake up so early, because I know there's a certain time where all my fucking concentration can get fucked if this kid is on one. Like if for whatever reason his attitude is like, I need to be in here, dude. I mean, I love it. Trust me, I love it. But sometimes I'm like, well, the fuck, there goes my work. I gotta. It's not like I could sit him down here, even though I do, and just go do my thing. Like I have to fucking watch him because he'll go and break cameras and shit. So, yeah, dude, I do wish there were, you know, this was like maybe 20 feet over here, but that's it. Like I don't want it. I don't want it that far. I want to still I still want to be able to walk butt naked to my room if I want to. Like that's how close I want my room to be to everything, you know. But I don't want it. I don't want the kitchen door going into my trap.
Yeah. I mean, it's
funny though, bro, because at the end of the day, it is my thing. It does have a lock, and God bless if he has to throw a fit. It is what it is. I can't lock him out if I want to. But yeah, dude, sometimes I just wish I could do my work in private sometimes.
No, I get that. I get when I'm editing and everything, like I have French doors on my office.
Oh shit.
And my 8-year-old will come up and he knows how to manipulate me. He'll try to open the door, and if I have it locked, he'll look at me through the glass, and then he goes like this and he goes, hug. Like, I want to hug, you know, and it's like, then
always stop me from what I'm doing just to go hug. Like, are you kidding me? Come on. Like I would die.
The 10-year-old, he's like, all right, you got to work. That's fine. You know, and he walks away. But the 8-year-old's like, but I love you. I want to hug, you know? And it's like, dude.
I mean, one of the, you know, which I'm sure many dads have this power, but like one thing I know I help my wife is like, if my son's giving my wife a hard time for whatever reason, I fucking walk through that door and his whole attitude changes. Like, it's like, he goes, hey, dad. And it's like, and I'm like, what's going on? What are you doing to mom? Why are you doing this? And then he'll just be like, no, I'm good. I'm good now. Now I'm good. And I'm like, dude, come on, you know? And so, yeah, I just love it, bro. Like being a dad is the coolest thing ever. Like, man, I love it. I don't think there's anything cooler than being a dad. I really don't, you know? I fucking love it, man. I really do.
Well, and it's so finite too. Like you're always going to be a father, but the amount of time that you're going to be a dad, like that you're going to be like dad, you know, like where you're going to be needed. It's not that much time.
Yeah,
it's not that much time at all. You know,
one thing I do love my dad about is like I've always felt like I need, like even to this day, I still need my dad. Like my dad's, you know, he's something else, but goddamn, bro, the guy knows a lot. You know, and so I always want at least I think my goal someday is to like at least have my son like know that if he ever needs anything, like I'm the one he goes to. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, you know, like I got you. You know, we'll figure it out. Like my dad, like I've been in some crazy positions in life, and my dad's my mom too, but my dad's always the first one I feel like I need to call. You know, because he always had an answer. Like always, like what's the next move? You know, and so that's another thing I was, you know, real thankful for growing up and still having as my dad today, like that. But you're right, like it changes after a while. Like, you know, I'm not into too many positions where I need my dad, but I do know there could be something, you know what I mean? And so but I want to be on that level too with my son, you know, is always make sure that, you know, he does have his pops, even though I might not always be the same dad to him as he grows up, but you know, he still has me for advice and shit, you know.
Yeah, when he's a dad or something.
When he's a dad, yeah, who knows? Fuck, man, I don't know. Think of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's wild.
Yeah.
The you did you recently update your incubator so he couldn't get into it? Did you put like a latch on there or something?
There's locks, and I don't know, man. His kid's smart. I'm very like, dude, got to be careful around here. Like, I let him go have fun. All right, go look at the monitors. He likes to tap on the glass, but like he knows, don't touch the incubators, buddy. Like this is, and I tell him it's the babies. Like it's the babies. You know, I whisper it, and he goes, and you know, and I have a walk-in incubator where he sees the ball pythons coming out, and he knows what's going on. But like he knows, like I have the chondro. I have 2 chondro baiters, this one and this one right here, and luckily, like his interest of like wanting to go in there died down pretty quickly. Like he'll still want to, but like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm in lucky with him knowing like what's fucking no, buddy, we're not touching that. Like that's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got all my incubators have little latches and locks on it.
Who makes your incubators?
Sea Serpent make the one I just bought this year, which was my cool down incubator, because I dropped the temps at a certain point with the eggs, and I had so many fucking clutches where they were a part where they weren't ready to be dropped, but other clutches were ready to be dropped. So I had to find a solution. So I bought a Sea Serpent, 4 foot tall Sea Serpent incubator to put clutches that needed lower temps to put in there, and luckily that worked, man. That worked out fucking perfect for me. So
is that normal, or is that just a chondro thing, dropping the temps?
I don't think that anything else but chondros. That was the only thing I realized I had to do was with chondros. For me personally, I feel like that's what got me to the success I'm at with hatch rate wise was, yeah, I drop them down at a certain point. I drop the temps from where they're at to a certain degree.
So where do they, can you share that? Like what's their normal temperature, and then what do you drop them down to?
So as soon as I put them away, and when they're first here, 87.3, 87.2 is what I aim for. And then once day 40 hits, I drop them all the way down to 85.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then day 52, day 53 is when you'll get pips. Is when I got pips.
Who did you learn that from?
Was it Garrick, House of Blues?
So that's going to be like your go-to method now?
Yeah, I did it last year, and I had good luck with that clutch of BX that I held back, or not all of them, but I held, majority of my holdbacks came from that clutch. And yeah, I got all 16 of the eggs went the distance. And I was like, dude, I never had that kind of experience hatching chondros. I've always had fucking half of them make it, the other half dead in the egg. Always had some fucked up experience with the incubation. So once I saw that worked, I was like, I'm not doing anything else after that. And I did the exact same thing this year. And now look, so yeah, bro, I'm never changing a fucking thing when it comes to incubating chondros. Never. Even if I have a bad year next year, I don't give a shit. I'm not changing anything, bro. Like it's, who gets this? Who goes 70 for 70? Like that's just like, it's crazy, bro. I still have people telling me I'm just getting good luck. Oh God. And dude, it sucks. Like this, I had a couple guys tell me this who like I legit looked up to, like experienced chondro breeders, like motherfuckers. And mind you, they don't really breed anymore. And I feel like that's maybe kind of where their salty attitude's coming from, like not really in the game no more. And they see what I'm doing, you know what I mean? But to call what I'm doing luck, okay, I maybe to some extent, but that's wild to me, bro. Like that's, so the emerald was luck too. Like, come on, bro. That's okay, guy. Whatever you say.
Yeah, I mean, you hatched out 100%. and then you lost like 5%. I mean, I don't think that's luck.
I mean, how am I not dialed in somewhere if that's like, I don't get it, you know? And mind you, like, I'm not saying that what I'm doing happened so quickly. It took me years to fucking figure it out, but I'm pretty sure it was all the learning that I did throughout this whole time was what got me to this point, not fucking luck. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that I had to step in and do to make sure I had this 100% hatch rate. Like there was things I was seeing. There was a couple snakes I saw that needed assistance that were tied up in the umbilical cord. Not a lot, but I saved about like 3-4 of these babies by stepping in and doing something. That's not fucking luck. That's paying attention. That's knowing like what the fuck, when to do something, you know? The same way with like getting like that many females to lay for you. Like I think I had 11 pairings, you know, which is like, you know, I got 6 out of the 11 to lay clutches. Like that's, I don't know.
Yeah. If you do ever move, is it just are you ever leaving California or are you there forever?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's going to be really hard to leave. Like I love where I live, dude. It's just really expensive. Like really expensive. You don't get much with what you pay for. Like you get the good weather and you get you know, awesome beaches, but like property wise, you don't get much property here. Unless you kind of go inland, which I feel like that's the goal. Me and my wife always talked about like the next house. It's either going to be in a place called Alpine or Rancho San Diego, which is like what's considered like farmland here, which is just mainly like just inland stuff where people like over there have 1 acre, 2 acre properties. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That in a perfect world, you know, but shit like that is fucking property like that here in San Diego, $2-3 million. Like it's fucking so expensive. You know what I mean?
You got to breed a lot more chondros.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, bro. It's like, you know, it's quite the feat, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I wish I wasn't so attached to the culture here and the food and just my family. And I just feel like, man, like if you could really make it happen here, that's kind of like an accomplishment. And that's the thing too. Like I've had so many people leave, like good close friends of mine move out and they all miss home, dude. They all like say like, God damn, dude. Like, yeah, I love my house. Fuck, I miss this from San Diego. And that's the thing. Like when you're born and raised from a place like San Diego, nothing else compares, dude. And there is no place like home to everybody. Like home should always be that special to you, but goddamn, San Diego being a home, bro. Sorry, I'm just saying, like, show me other weather that's like this here, and you know the lineup of fucking of food and the diversity of like culture here. It's just I love it, you know, I really do. So yeah, man, if I could have it my way, I want to stay. I do want to stay. I want to get the right property, but I don't know. Well, at some point, I might have to cross the bridge of being practical. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the future has in store, Adam. I really don't.
You got to move to Florida, bro.
Not happening. Fuck. Although North Florida, I heard, is a lot different than like the South Florida type of shit. So I know South Florida. There's no way in chance. Dude, I'll barely visit that place, bro. I'm good.
You're talking like Miami area?
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. If it wasn't for the family of friends I have down there, I wouldn't go. There's no point. No, thank you.
It is wild, dude. Going herping there, it is like, because we went on like a little herping adventure there, and we went to Costco, and like the amount of people in there was insane. It was like a tin of sardines, and this is a Costco. This is a huge warehouse filled with people, and you had to like squeeze between people, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah,
it took like 20 minutes to get gas. It was nuts.
Yeah, I try to avoid like saturation, like people saturation situations like that. Even though San Diego is getting pretty fucking saturated, but I stay out the way. I do my thing.
Yeah. Well, and you got Brandon there, right? Like nearby, so he can help you take care of your snakes and stuff when you're out of town and everything. Like,
yeah, I mean, luckily I do have my people that come check things out. Brandon's about a good 45 minutes, an hour north of me, but he works down here. Brandon's down by my house all the time, which is awesome because there's been so many times where I needed Brandon's help or something or a plumbing fucking question, and he's right there. And so having a friend like Brandon Wheeler is a huge asset in this hobby, man. Brandon Wheeler is fucking awesome, dude. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Definitely one of my favorite people, top tier people in this game. And he's a good dad. He's a fucking just awesome overall, amazing guy. Shout out to Brandon. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, such a good dude.
Yeah,
very solid guy. I'm proud to own 2 of his diamonds.
he should be. That's awesome. The fact that he fucking made those from outside too, that's nuts.
I know.
Really cool.
I know. I didn't plan on getting diamonds until I had them on my podcast, and then I'm like, damn, you sold me.
I mean, that's an easy sell right there. Diamonds are awesome.
Yeah, they are. They're awesome snakes, and yeah, man. Oh, one last thing. We'll wrap it up, but you had Jason Patterson on your podcast, the Aussie Arboreals. Did you guys talk about him filling feeders up with water?
Yeah, we did. I mean, cool. That's quite
still not your thing.
Yeah, I'm good. Dude. Think about how much more time that would have took if I had to eject
70. Yeah,
no way, dude. I just think if you have good water, all you need to do is dump that fucking thing into water, and that's just plenty. I feel like, I don't know yet. I feel like I won't double down on this until I see nothing's prolapse. If I could, dude, here's another thing. This is the next big thing that we could possibly celebrate is if all 67 of these motherfuckers don't prolapse on me. Dude, that's quite
crossed.
Fingers crossed, but if I get around 3 on this fucking podcast, which I'm sure I will, we are going to fucking celebrate that I got 0 prolapses. Or we're going to talk about how many prolapses. Either way, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
but I'm down with no prolapses.
Yeah, dude. Fingers crossed.
That's my biggest thing, man. I mean, listen, I'm just trying to get better. That's it. If I could see any kind of bit of progress with what I do, either podcasting or breeding, that's all I care about, man. Just want to get better. That's it.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
well, I appreciate you, dude.
Thank you.
You're good. You're a good friend. It's good having you on. I feel like our conversations are always solid. So we'll have to do it again. There will definitely be a volume 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always fun when I come on your show too. And yeah, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah. If anyone's listening, if you haven't, go listen to that episode where Adam came back to Trap Talk with me and Stephen Cush. That was a really good episode. I had a good time on that episode for sure.
That was a very fun episode. It was cool having the 2 of you on the same show. That was a good time.
It's crazy how different we are, right? We're fucking
yeah.
Like
but you're buds.
But we're buds, exactly. Yeah, we're buds, man. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Adam. And again, thanks for anyone who listens and whoever supports this podcast. Shout out to you, man, because Adam's doing work. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to having you back on a Trap Talk and just keeping this going, man. This is quite the time in life, and thank you for having me be a part of this.
Oh man, thank you.